Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku Became One of the Golden Knights of Athena movie. Before we start, please go support JoestarGhoulZ for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Deku is a male. The resurgence of the Golden Knights. Sanctuary, Greece. In the sanctuary in a chamber were the 12 current Golden Knights, where they were kneeling before their new goddess Athena, the woman who must protect her, and was the patriarch who was Shaka, the ex-knight of Virgo, in front of the 12 knights. Shaka: very well, gentlemen. Present yourself before the goddess Athena. All: hi. Aries: Haruyuki Erita of Aries, I swear to protect her for all my life. Taurus: I, Taurus Antler, swear to protect her for all my life. Gemini: I, Tatsuya Shiba of Gemini, swear to protect her for all my life. Cancer: I, Tatsumi of Cancer, swear to protect her for all my life. You'll also like. Leo: I, Izuku Midoriya of Leo, swear to protect her for all my life. Virgo: I, Moroha Himura of Virgo, swear to protect her for all my life. Libra: I, Naofumi Iwatani of Libra, swear to protect her for all my life. Scorpio: I, Shido Atsuka of Scorpio, swear to protect her for all my life. Sagittarius: I, Tiger Vermeerd Vorn of Sagittarius, swear to protect her for all my life. Capricorn: I, Kazuto Kirigaya of Capricorn, swear to protect her for all my life. Aquarius: I, Takashi Komuro of Aquarius, swear to protect her for all my life. Pisces: I, Yuji Kazami of Pisces, swear to protect her for all my life. In front of them was a girl with silver hair. Her left eyes were blue, but the right one was covered, but her face was beautiful enough to make a man fall, as well as her body. Athena: my knights, raise your heads and just call me Elizabeth. Tiger: but we can't, Athena-sama. Athena: please, you are the most precious thing to me, so call me Elizabeth. All: it's okay, Elizabeth-sama. Resigned. Elizabeth: very well, smiling. Izuku's POV: you are wondering what is happening. How is it that I, Izuku Midoriya, am a knight of Athena? Well, you should know what happened. Well, it all starts from the mission against Overhaul, and when he was defeated he fired an anti-quirk bullet that was heading towards Sir Nighthide, but the one who received it was Mirio, but at one point he lost his quirk, and was sad about that, but Almight or Toshinori Yagi asked me to give him one for all. At first I felt scared, but he said that he was the good successor. And I had no choice but to give in, and I was transferred to the general course. At first it wasn't so bad having Shinso in the same class, but I heard that they transferred him to Class A, and the truth is I felt alone, and more my friends from the room would not approach me for anything since they know about my situation, and I understood the reason, and it is because I am Quirkless, and I was like that for a few days, and the festival passed, but one day something happened that changed my life. Flashback. We can see Izuku on the city beach watching the sunset. Izuku: I'm surprised that this is where my life as a hero began. Sighs: what do I have to do to be a hero? It's simple. Next to Izuku was a man with brown hair sitting on the same bench. Izuku: who are you? Nothing, I'm just a man who saw you sitting and couldn't help but listen, and I realized that you had a hard life, boy. Izuku: you're right, by the way, I'm Izuku Midoriya. I'm Ioriya, and I'm going to ask you something. Izuku: and what is it? Iora: I want to ask you if you had some power, or if everything went wrong, what would you do? Izuku: well, I would use it to protect what I have left. Iora: and that would be it. Izuku: my loved ones, but more my mother. Iora smiles and stands up. That's what Izuku wanted to hear. Izuku: Iora, that you are the chosen one for something that will change your life. Izuku: seriously, because Iora, for having a pure heart and a great spirit to save and act, I need to be a gentleman. End of flashback. And since then he explained to me about the cosmos and the knights, and I was surprised to hear that I will be a knight, but I asked him if he could take me to my mother because I didn't want to leave her alone, and when we went to get her, Iora-sensei told my mother everything, and she was almost dying when she heard that I would be a knight, but a few minutes later we were able to convince her, and we left for Greece, where I was training for 3 years, and finally I was able to have Leo's armor and meet my companions, and they want to know what happened to them. Well, Haruyuki or Haru told me that he used to be a short, fat boy. I didn't believe him before, but he showed me a picture and I believed him. What happened was that he felt miserable, and even with the girl he fell in love with, he didn't pay attention to him anymore, and he left to be a good man. Asta was like me, a boy without a power, but he trained hard, but he never could. But one day he met the former Taurus knight and offered him to be the new bearer of the Taurus armor. Tatsuya was a great soldier with incredible power, but because of the guilt of innocent dead people, he couldn't stop him. But one day he met Saga-sensei, and she helped him overcome it, and brought his sister, but I think they have something since I once saw that when a woman approaches her, she gives them an ascetic look. With Moroha, he was a hero who defeated a dragon that was going to start the apocalypse, and he told me he was a sever from 2 past lives and it was epic, but days later they left him aside and even the woman he loved, and then he met Shaka who taught him the power to be able to reach God. And the others had almost the same thing happen to them, like Naofumi cheated on her a hitch and won hatred. Shido was dumped by his girls while seriously. But well, Takashi, his friend, was dating his best friend behind his back. Tigre felt weak since he only used the bow. Tatsumi lost his friends to nobles. Yuji had a hard and traumatic childhood and nobody paid attention to him, not even his family. And finally Kazuto, who is my best friend, almost like my brother, told me that he blames his girlfriend for the death of a friend who was like his sister, and since then she left and became the Capricorn Knight. And we are all a family, although we always fight and joke, but we are a family. End of Izuku's POV. Elizabeth. Well, you may wonder why I quoted them, right? All hi, Elizabeth. Well, as you can see, a few weeks before they had their armor in Japan, there were reports of attacks, and they say they saw some people with black armor. Kazuto. You're not talking about those men being Elizabeth. Yes, they are Knights of Hades. All. Tatsumi. And what are we going to do? Elizabeth. As you can see, the heroes called me to a meeting since they know about the existence of the Knights. Yuji. And where will the meeting be, Elizabeth-sama? Elizabeth. At the UA. It must be said that Izuku, upon hearing that name, couldn't help but make an angry face and clench his fists. But it was noticed by everyone and Elizabeth that he felt concerned towards him. Yuji. But why does the UA want to have a meeting with him? Elizabeth. Because they have data on the Knights and they want us to join together in case a Knight of Hades and more you, Izuku, so that you can confront him. Yes, and you will also go with me there. Izuku. Sighs. It's okay, Elizabeth-sama. Elizabeth. Okay, you can leave now and tomorrow I'll tell you who will be going with us. All hi, Elizabeth-sama. Leave. Shaka. I'm sure it's good that Izuku is going. Elizabeth. If it's time for him to resolve his past, no. Shaka. That boy does care more, but I'm sure he's the right one. I mean, I don't know how his father would feel. Elizabeth. I'm sure Shaka. Shaka. Okay, well, Izuku, I hope you can take care of her and be safe because you will see them again. Leo's house. We can see Izuku sitting on a sofa and being thoughtful. Izuku. Incredible, after 3 years I will see them again, but I don't feel the courage to see them, but I have to do it since Hades is on his way and I will do it to protect my family. And Elizabeth-sama sighs. Jijiji. Izuku, hey, what do we have here? From the door we can see a little girl with white, or platinum, hair who had small braids and had an adorable face that looked like a porcelain doll. Dad runs. Izuku grabs the girl and starts spinning and making the girl laugh. Izuku. Hee. Hello Latina, how was school? Latina. Well, Dad, and I heard you met Athena. Izuku. That's right, little one, but I have an announcement. Latina. And what is it? Curious. Izuku. Okay, but the load. Let's go with Grandma. Latina. Yay, let's go to Los Santos. Izuku. Yes, smiles. Izuku's POV. They want to know who she is. Well, her name is Latina. I found her a year before earning the Leo armor. I found her one day during my training. She was alone in the forest and I didn't have to bring her with me. And over time I grew fond of her, just like she did to me, and I decided to adopt her. But I still remember that my mother was excited because she would be a grandmother, and she was happy about that. And my mother. Well, what happened to her? Well, when we went to Greece, she decided to lose weight and she managed to do it. And a few months later she decided to open a restaurant called Los Santos. But with the help of Tatsuya's sister, they made that restaurant the most recognized in Greece. And sometimes we go there to talk and eat. End of POV. We can see Izuku and Latina in front of the restaurant that looked like a normal restaurant, and when they entered, go Izuku-san. Latina-chan. Izuku. Hello Miyuki. Latina. Hello, Miyuki. They would like to go here. Izuku. Well, yes, but I came because I wanted to talk to my mother about something. But in the meantime, bring us some chips and some juices. Miyuki. Sure. And so they both sat down, and a few minutes later Inko arrived with the order. Inko. Hello Izuku. Latina. Happy. Both. Hello Mom/Grandma. Inko sits down. And how did it go? I heard that you met the current Athena. Izuku. Yes. Inko. And what brings you here? Izuku. Well, what happened was an explanation later. Inko. I understand, and you want me to take care of Latina, right? Izuku. Yes, what are you saying? Inko. You know it doesn't bother me since it reminds me of when you were a kid. Smiles. Latina. Until when will you leave? Izuku. Tomorrow I'll go to Japan to UA to talk about the Hades Knights. Inko. Just thinking about Hades terrifies me. But I know you and the boys will defeat him. Izuku, thanks Mom. 1 hour later. Inko, see you. Both, goodbye walking. Izuku, well, I'll get ready for tomorrow. The Golden Knights of Hope. The next day, we can see Izuku in front of Elizabeth and Shaka. Elizabeth, you came Izuku. Izuku, yes, and I'm sorry if I'm late. It's because I had to drop Latina off at my mom's house. Shaka, oh yes, Latina, and how is she? I heard that she is already going to school. Izuku, well anyway, and who will go with us? But he saw that Tatsumi, Tigre, Moroha, Naofumi and Asta arrived. Izuku, boys, what do? Elizabeth, they will come with us. Izuku, I see, and where are the others? Shaka, we sent them to investigate activities concerning the Knights of Hades. Izuku, I see. Tatsumi, excuse me, but who will take care of the shrine while we are gone? Moroha, true, who will protect her? Shaka, your former teachers will take care of you, don't worry. Asta, well, let's go to Japan. Elizabeth, sure Asta, well let's go. All hi. And so they went to the airport, and when they took off Izuku was looking out the window and thoughtful. Izuku, I will return but they will see me as Izuku Midoriya and not the Deku from before because I am the most powerful being that will protect this world and give hope for us the Golden Knights. UA reunion. We can see a man with glasses looking out the window. Bubble Girl, sir, the UA meeting is ready. Sir Nighthigh, I see. But I think it will be something unforgettable. Bubble Girl, and what is it? Sir Nighthigh, you'll see when we get there and bring Mirio. Bubble Girl, okay, leaves. What did he see with his quirk? Curious. Sir Nighthigh, I guess we'll see each other again. Izuku, Knight of Leo. I hope you're happy in your new life. I wish I had died and you stayed. Izuku. We can see the gentleman in a limousine, but one was looking at the city nostalgically. Izuku, it's incredible that he's back. After 3 years of training, although sooner or later he had to return. But I didn't think they would have a meeting here at UA. Sighs. Only the boys and I will watch so that no Knight of Hades or if someone comes to cross Elizabeth-sama, I will do what I can to save her along with the others. But Elizabeth was looking at Izuku but with a worried face. Elizabeth. Izuku, I know you don't have good memories but do it for me. Izuku. At the UA. Inside a room where the UA teachers along with heroes like Endeavor, Empty Lady, Kamui Woods, the Hussy Cats and many heroes. Nizu. I hope there are no inconveniences like the disappearance of young Midoriya. Present Mike, hey, what do you think Athena's knights are like? Aizawa. From what I understand they are so strong that they can split open the oceans and the sky of clouds. Tashinori. But I heard that one of them can surpass the gods. Endeavor. Well, it's all Greek nonsense. Arrogantly. Sir Nighthigh. I doubt it after your beating. Endeavor. What a beating. Sir Nighthigh. You'll get hit by one of them very soon. Tiger. But you say those knights are strong even with their quirks. Nizu, in fact, those knights existed in the Greek wars before quirks existed. Mandalay, it's true, I've read legends about that, but I have doubts. Are they quirkless? Nizu, it's true, they are all quirkless. Endeavor, this has to be a joke. You know it's rude to talk about someone behind their back, don't you think? Elizabeth entered through the door with Shaka, but most of the men blushed at how beautiful she looked, but some women were envious. Midnight, how will I get over her? Jealous. Nizu, you are Athena. Elizabeth, a pleasure. Outside the academy, we can see the knights accompanying Elizabeth. Asta, so this is where you studied. Izuku. Izuku, yes. Naofumi, wow, that's a huge campus. Moroha, it reminds me of Sever Academy. Tatsumi, and I, at the times of my travels and when I was a murderer. Tiger, although I am surprised when they make money. Naofumi/Moroha, although the director probably likes to waste money. Izuku, you're right about that, guys. I wonder how safe they are. They forgot about me so easily. Mr. Izuku. Inside the UA. Elizabeth. So why did they call me? Kamui. Well, in the last few days we received attacks from some knights, but in black armor. Do you know who those knights are? Elizabeth. Those gentlemen were once gentlemen, but those are known ghosts. Endeavor. So ghosts. Shaka. I want you to have respect in this situation. Empty Lady. And what are those? Shaka. They are the spirits of ancient knights, but they were arrogant, but some fell into darkness. Pixie Pop. And who directs those ghosts? Elizabeth, the god Hades. Aizawa, the god of war. Elizabeth, that's right, and he plans to attack and enslave humanity. And I have an emergence. Nizu, tell us. Shaka, the condition is that they do not interfere with things in the sanctuary, or else it would cost them their lives since they are stronger. Nizu, we accept that. Endeavor, well, I'm not interested in the least. But stares at her. If she's the goddess Athena, she would surely give good descendants. Mr. Sir Nighthigh, what's up, Bubble Girl? Bubble Girl breathes heavily. I'm back seeing. Nizu, hey, Who are you talking about? Bubble Girl. He's back. Deku's back, smiles with tears. It must be said that everyone was surprised and some were happy. Tashinori, young Midoriya, you're back. Sir Nighthigh. The time has finally come. Name, Izuku Midoriya. Knight, Leo. Series, My Hero Academia. Outside, we can see the knights that in front of them was an 8-year-old black-haired boy, but he was wearing a red cap with yellow horns, but he was looking at Izuku, but Izuku recognized him 3 years ago. It's you, Mr. Izuku. Izuku, you're Kota, surprised? Wow. Crouches down. 3 years I've been gone and you've grown up, hehehe. But he was hugged by the child, which surprised him, and he accepted it and reciprocated. Kota, where were you, Izuku? I found out you left, and being Quirkless I thought what happened to you. Izuku, calm down. I went to a place that accepted me as a home and I met great people. Kota, and those are them, pointing at the knights. Izuku, yes, guys, he's the boy I saved at camp 3 years ago. Naofumi, nice to meet you, kid. I'm Naofumi Iwatani. Tatsumi, I am Tatsumi. Asta, me Asta. Moroha, I'm Moroha Himura. Tiger, I am Trevermid Vorn, but you can call me Tiger. A small pleasure. Kota, you guys took care of Izuku. Moroha, we were with him, and we are like his brothers. Kota, surprised. Izuku. Izuku saw some people but he knew them but put on a serious face. Izuku, hello Todoroki. Shoto, it's really you. Izuku, it's been a while Shoto, but maybe it sounds weird after 3 years, I'm glad to see you, friend. Shoto, me too, and who are they? Izuku, they are some friends I made in Greece. Shoto, I see. Wow, it's Deku. He saw a boy who was ashen but had the face of an arroganti. Izuku, Bakugu, serious. Gentleman. So he's the boy who ruined your life. Katsuki, wow, what are you doing here, huh? Arrogant. Izuku, that's none of your business, second in class. Katsuki, hey, what did you say? Izuku de Leo, that's not how a gentleman behaves. They saw that Shaka and Elizabeth were there and he knelt down, surprising everyone, especially Class A, because Izuku was there, and he was also kneeling in front of a woman, although some were jealous of her because of the way Izuku did it. Izuku, forgive me and more with you, Elizabeth-sama. All Sama, surprised. Elizabeth smiles. Calm down, Izuku. Nothing happens, smiles angelically. Izuku, of course, and thanks for knowing words, Elizabeth-sama. Katsuki, hey, now you're listening to a hitch. He couldn't finish because the knights were in front of him, including Izuku, who gave him a sad look that froze everyone and the heroes. Gentlemen, if you say anything else, consider yourself dead cold. Everyone surprised. Shoto, what did Izuku do in these 3 years? Shaka, Izuku, you have something to do before returning to Greece. Izuku, what is it? Nizu, it's good to see you again, young Midoriya. Izuku, I say the same director as well as Yue and Sir Nighthigh. Sir Nighthigh, you too, young Midoriya. But out of nowhere Bubble Girl hugged him tightly, and cried comically, and made some people and Elizabeth jealous. Izuku, I miss you too. But anyway, they need me. Nizu, I want you to fight against the hero class. All surprised. Name, Moroha Himura. Knight, Virgo. Series, World Break. Aria, of course, for a Holly Swordman. Naofumi, what's all this fighting about? Elizabeth, what happens is that they want to know the power of one of the knights. Tatsumi, but why does Izuku have to do with it? Nizu, what happens? There is a deal. Tiger, what a deal? Serious. Nizu, if he loses he will return to the academy, and if he wins we will let him be a knight. Izuku, I accept, but only to show what a gentleman can do, understood, and no tricks. Seriously. Yue, hi. Katsuki, I'll show who's better. They had spent 1 hour waiting and were in the stadium where the sports festival was, where the classes were sitting, but in some stands was Class B and some heroes. Itsuka, what is all this? Tetsu, I heard that Class A is going to fight someone. Monoma, ha, seriously, they surely won't put against him. Itsuka, hash with you. May, I wonder what will happen. Nizu, good afternoon. Here will be a test between Class A. Class A came out of an entrance. Nizu, and if you were wondering how they know, the knights of Greek legends came and are presenting one of them to fight against them. It must be said that everyone was surprised to hear that. Nijire, listen, what do you think that gentleman is like? Tamaki, oh, I that can against the gods. Nijire, Iya, incredible or not? Mirio, Nijire, you're still at it, and you Eri, Tamaki, better yet, they're still sad about what happened. Nijire, yes, it's been 3 years since he left. Tamaki, yes. Mirio, it's my fault that he left. Eri, Deku. Nizu, pay attention, as you will see, you will wonder who it will be against. Well, very easy, a gentleman who used to be a student here. Everyone surprised. Nizu, You know him for other classes, but give a round of applause for Leo's knight Izuku Midoriya. Class B/Big 3, Midoriya. Izuku came out of a door, but still wearing his formal suit, and those who knew him were stupefied to see him, but most of the girls blushed and screamed like fangirls when they saw him. Tetsu, wow, that's Midoriya, surprised. Monoma, ha ha ha, I want to see the beating that Class A will have with their former partner. Itsuka, for the first time Monoma, I'm with you, finish them. Izuku, Nijire, wow. Taumaki, unbelievable, that's Midoriya. Mirio, Midoriya, surprised. Eri, Deku. Izuku was touching his golden necklace and remembering. Flashback. Elizabeth, I want you to wear your armor. All, hey. Shaka, I don't know how, but they convinced him to wear your armor since they want to see a knight's armor. Naofumi, are you sure I have to do it? Elizabeth, so that they can prove that you are not the Knights of Hades, so you will have to use it. Shaka, but don't use your Cosmo too much since they are fragile to Leo's strong attacks. You'll have to save it for Hades Knights. Izuku, of course. End of flashback. Izuku, okay, here I go, it's been a while, don't you think? Kirishima, even though it hurts me, I'm doing this so you'll come back, my friend. Shoji, yes. And we are also very sorry for not being with you when you were Quirkless. Tokoyami, you better give up. Mineta, and so have that woman. Izuku, you dug your own grave by saying those dirty words about Elizabeth-sama. Girls, what's wrong with that girl? Katsuki, say your last words. Izuku, to my Leo. Then a golden light blinded everyone, but they saw Izuku, but with a golden armor that looked imposing. Izuku, time to feel the jaws of a lion. Name, Asta, Night Taurus. Series, Black Clover. It must be said that they were surprised by the sudden full armor, but the girls and women could not help but scream and have heart eyes and drool at seeing it. Nijire, phew, that's a daddy. Itsuka, hee phew. Mirio, wow, that guy is great, but he's a gentleman. It must be said that Class A was shocked to see Leo's armor. Shoto, so that's an amazing knight's armor. Ida, I must admit it's great, but we have to defeat you, and so you are here. Izuku, sorry, but I have to go back to Greece to defeat Hades. Katsuki, let's see what we can. He couldn't finish because out of nowhere half of his teammates were on the ground and saw Izuku there above them, and without sweating. Izuku, well, let's peel. Kirishima was the first but received some blows. Then Ida was about to kick him, but he blocked them and threw him. Tokoyami tried with Dark Shadow, but he was quick and knocked him out by the neck. Then almost the others, but only two people remained, who were Shoto and Katsuki. Izuku, you know this reminds me a lot of the festival from 2 years ago, Shoto, don't you think? Shoto, yes, since that day you helped me a lot. Izuku, yes, and how are your brothers? Shoto, fine, but they were helping me look for you. Izuku, wow, I didn't know, but anyway. But before they saw that he hit Katsuki, who was behind, but he fell knocked out and leaving Shoto. Izuku, well, you know, when I became a knight I wanted to fight again and have our rematch, but this time without breaking my bones. Shoto, of course I expected that too, friend. Izuku, well, yes, friend. Both were in a combat pose before the eyes of everyone who looked like a confrontation between rivals. Izuku, ready, friend. Shoto, whenever you want, releases his sides. Izuku, well, if that's the case, releases Cosmo. Knights, it will be a great fight. Elizabeth, shows what a gentleman he is. Both, let our fight begin. Rivals battle, heroes confrontation 1. Izuku, ready buddy, raising his Cosmo. Shoto, whenever you want, releases his sides. Knights, it will be a great fight. Both, let our fight begin. Both remained in a pose, but luckily they took all the fallen with Recovery Girl while the public was witnessing a great battle but of an aspiring hero against a knight of Athena. Naofumi, we are about to witness a great battle. Asta, true, let's see what the son of the current number 1 does. Tatsumi, let's see what it's made of. Tiger, but we know Izuku will win, but I can't imagine how things will turn out. Moroha, you mean when Endeavor decides to attack out of cowardice, and will surely want Elizabeth-sama to give him grandchildren. It's better not to do anything since Izuku is the strongest, but if he has problems we will help him. All yes. Elizabeth, Izuku wins this duel. With the students. Tetsu, hey, this reminds me of the festival 2 years ago. Itsuka, you're right, but now look, Izuku is a gentleman. Let's see what the result is. Monoma, well, I would say that Endeavor's son will lose. I mean like he defeated his former companions. Tetsu, wow, for the first time I'm with you. Itsuka, I would bet everything on him to win and in bed to see what a lion is. Endeavor, Shoto will win and that goddess will give birth to grandchildren. Nobody moved but Shoto. A drop of sweat fell on him, and when he reached the ground, Shoto threw some columns of ice, but they saw that Izuku with just a movement of his hand destroyed the columns and surprising everyone, and Shoto still followed, but Izuku evaded him again. Mirio, incredible. Eri, Sugoi. Shoto, how do you avoid it, Izuku? Izuku, well, I've been training in Greece for 3 years to become a knight to protect Elizabeth-sama and my family in the battle against Hades. Shoto, but the question is, why did you leave? Izuku sighs, I would like to know why you avoided me when I became Quirkless. Shoto, hey, what are you talking about? Izuku, don't you remember that you avoided me for being Quirkless because you would be ashamed to be friends with a Quirkless, right? It must be said that they were surprised since they did not expect that, and more so Class B. And May upon discovering why he left for 3 years and the teachers. Aizawa, it can't be that he left because of that. Shoto, wait Izuku, that's not what he thinks. Izuku, I don't understand, but I discovered something that had a power beyond, and look at what I am. Opening his arms. Now I am Izuku of Leo, the Knight of Leo and a saint of the goddess Athena, and I am a knight of the zodiac. Smiles. It must be said that everyone was moved by the gentleman's words. But the women exploded with happiness like crazy fans since they saw him as the prince of a story. Itsuka/Nijire, my lion prince. Knights, he is a great knight. Shaka, he is undoubtedly a great man as a knight. I understand why Ariora chose him, he is like him and Seiya and also his brother. Smiles proudly. Elizabeth, Izuku, you are definitely one of a kind. Moved. Tashinori, young Midoriya. In Greece, Inko's house. We can see Inko and Latina along with Miyuki watching the fight that is broadcast in Japan. Latin, wow. Inko, I know, little one. Miyuki, yes, Izuku is great. Inko, now what I think Miyuki still hasn't said. Miyuki, Izuku. Inko, Latina, what a grandmother. Inko, nothing, little one, I hope Tatsuya doesn't kill him, hehehe. Nervous. With Tatsuya. Tatsuya stops. Kazuto, what's up Tatsuya? Tatsuya, it's just that I have a feeling I'll kill Izuku for my sister. Kazuto, come on, also, leave that complex between you and her, and besides, Izuku is a good gentleman, yes. Tatsuya, I know, but if he breaks it or does anything to it, I'll send him to another dimension and with a galactic explosion. Kazuto, let's continue, yes. Nervous. Tatsuya, of course, walks. Kazuto, hey brother, you're going to have problems when you get back. Back with Izuku. Izuku, because I feel like Tatsuya will kill me when he returns. Shoto, Izuku understands you have to go back. Izuku, it's late Shoto, I'll defeat you and return to the shrine. Shoto, you won't leave, pose, until I beat you. Izuku, if that's what you want. Then he raised his cosmos, but they heard something like the roar of a lion. Izuku, you'll feel the jaws of a lion. Smiles. Name, Tiger Vermud Tiger, VORN. Night, Sagittarius. Series, Mudun no Oyu to Vanadis. Everyone feels the powerful power that Izuku gave off. It was so great that the strongest moved away in fear. Izuku, alright Shoto, get ready. Out of nowhere Izuku disappeared before everyone's eyes. Shoto Dan. He couldn't finish because he received a blow to the abdomen, and he saw surprised that Izuku gave it to him, and then kicked him. That sent him a little far away. Shoto, how is it possible that I didn't see you? Izuku, well, the power that we knights have increases our qualities such as strength and speed as you saw. Shoto, well, but you didn't notice something. Izuku, he didn't realize that his feet were freezing up to his waist. Izuku, but what? Mirio, wow, that took him by surprise. Tamaki, although I don't think everyone will agree. They saw that everyone and Nijire were booing, but Endeavor didn't look happy that they were booing Shoto. Shoto, let's see what you do with this. Lights his flames. In the infirmary, everyone who was knocked out by Izuku was watching the fight. Ida, what do you plan to do? Kirishima, is he going to Usoda's Izuku? Girls, he's crazy. In the fight. Shoto, forgive me Izuku, take it. After that he launched a powerful flame that when it touched a large cloud of smoke came out before a great silence, and the fans they feared that he died, but Endeavor will. Endeavor, no one can defeat him, and I will have grandchildren from that goddess. Shoto, breathing heavily, I'm done. You know, I must admit, it took me by surprise. Everyone recognized that voice and in the curtain, and when it was said they were surprised and more the U8 to see Izuku unharmed and without a scratch and a touch to the armor. Izuku, you know that ice is useful, but it is not strong enough to reach the Aquarius Knight since it reaches absolute zero, and also that fire does not surpass the Phoenix Knight. Well, if you want it that way. Golden rays came out of Izuku's fist before everyone's eyes. Asta, do you think it is? No, for me. I don't think it's the other one since he's weak. Tiger, true. Izuku, here I go, in a pose, feel Leon's fangs. Shoto, what will he do? Izuku, voltage flash. From Izuku's fist he launched a ball of energy that headed towards Shoto, and he didn't have time to react and receive the attack, and then he flew out and fell to the ground and surprised everyone. In the infirmary, Momo, It can't be. Kirishima, I defeat him. Outside. Nobody said anything until someone started clapping and then everyone started shouting with excitement. Nizu, wow, that's strong, but I have to announce okay. The winner is Izu. He couldn't finish as a torrent of fire came out, but Izuku raised his hand and gasped at the flame. And when it stopped, nothing happened to him. Izuku, wow. I didn't think you would attack from behind Endeavor. Everyone was surprised to see that the one who threw that flame was Endeavor, but he had a look of annoyance. Endeavor, no one defeats my legacy. Name, Naofumi Iwatani. Knight, Libra. Series, The Risen of the Shield Hero. Nobody said it out of disbelief since they did not expect the number one hero to attack from behind, and more so a knight of Athena, and Endeavor went down to the arena. Izuku, what's your problem if I win? Endeavor, I will not accept that my greatest prestige be defeated by a miserable Quirkless. Izuku, well, this miserable Quirkless is stronger than a hero, especially number one, and what are you complaining about? He won, so forget it. Endeavor, are you afraid of me? Arrogantly. Izuku, no. I just don't want to send you to the hospitality because of how stupid you are. It must be said that everyone was surprised since they did not expect someone to say that to Endeavor. With the knights, Asta now, Tatsumi you, Naofumi, the tiger, Mirio, Moroha, everything. Shoka, that's the strategy of the most stupid. Elizabeth, that's how you talk. Izuku, you're a man. In the infirmary. Mineta, this is crazy. Denki, he just called Endeavor stupid. Kirishima, Izuku, that's for men. Katsuki, that idiot is dead. In the sand. Endeavor, wow, like you told me. Izuku, besides being stupid, you're deaf. Gentlemen, tick TOC in your face. Endeavor, swallow, sees him leave. Where are you going? Angry. Izuku, I'm leaving. Besides, I won the match, so I'm going with my teammates and my goddess, yes. Endeavor, yes, but it doesn't end because I think she will give me grandchildren. Izuku stops. What did he say? With the knights, Tatsumi, cape his own grave. All yes. Shaka, I'd better stop it. In the sand. Izuku, I'll tell you something. Turns around. Nobody will let insult Elizabeth Samaea. Then he released a large amount of Cosmo, and then the roar of a lion that terrified everyone and more. Endeavor. Endeavor, how the hell does he have that power? Izuku, feel the fangs of this lion. Plasma lightning. Izuku launched a lightning attack, but Endeavor felt several attacks and fell to his knees but with scratches. He couldn't finish because Izuku was in front of him and preparing a blow, but he had an annoyed face and he saw something in his eyes. Endeavor, perhaps those eyes. With the knights. Moroha, I'm sure you saw Izuku's eyes when he's upset. Tatsumi, yes, and it's scarier than the Phoenix Phantom Punch. Asta, yes, and those eyes represent all the fury of a lion. With Izuku. Izuku, this prepares his fist, is for insulting Elizabeth Sama. He threw Cosmo's charged punch, and it hit him in the face. Endeavor, as it is. Izuku, SMAASHHHHH. After that, he sent him flying to Endeavor, which made him crash into the wall, all in pain and bleeding from the face in front of everyone. Izuku, you are not worthy of being a hero, and more, you are not even close to being a knight for saying things about the goddess Athena. Name, Tatsumi. Knight, Cancer. Series, Akame Ga Kill. Another part. We can see Shigaraki watching the fight, and he was surprised. Shigaraki, so that's the power of a knight of Athena. They are more powerful, as my grandmother told me. Huh? Dabi. But I'm surprised that that's Izuku Midoriya, and even more so how he defeated Endeavor as if it were nothing. Twice. He's a demon / he's our god. Mr. Compress. Apparently he has great power. Toga, I want your Deku baby blood. Spinner. But we will be able to damage him. I say, from what I heard, they are capable of killing a god. Kurogyri. And seeing that, I don't think All for One will beat him. Shigaraki, are you questioning the sensei? All that's missing is stealing his quirk, and that's it? Kurogyri. But what about your companions, since I heard that they are the 12 Knights of Athena, and I think that each one has a great gift in combat. Shigaraki. It doesn't matter anyway, they will face the number one villain, we don't have to worry or not. All hi. Elsewhere. In a prison we can see a man chained. All for One. Hee, that boy is definitely great, hee. All that's missing is to steal his quirks and that goddess's, and I'll be unstoppable. You certainly know nothing. All for One is always a miserable coward who should be dead. He saw a figure but showed a face of fear. AFO, no, it can't be you. Your time has come. AFO, no, wait, Aya. Screams were heard, and when the police arrived they were surprised to see AFO lying on the ground and dead with a wound in his chest, but they noticed that something was written on the wall with his blood. Wall. All will kneel before me, and the Knights of the Zodiac and the goddess Athena will fall. It must be said that all the knights felt a dark power. Izuku, that Cosmo was. Elizabeth. It's him, and he's ready to attack. The hero's annoyance, and the discovery of the 5 bronze armors. In a void we can see a white-haired man meditating, but he felt that something made him tense. What happens first? First, it is AFO. Second, what's happening? First, he is dead. All shocked. Third, but how did he die? Sixth, surely that boy Midoriya finished him off. Seventh, but he no longer has the OFA. Fourth, so someone killed him, but who? First, I don't know, but I felt a terrified power that the AFO. Sixth, whatever it is, let's hope someone stops him, especially young Midoriya. All hi, Septima. Toshi, I don't know what you did to make him not have it, but I felt a great power in him. I hope it defeats him. Izuku. There was only silence after Izuku's fight against the number 1 hero Endeavor, since they did not believe that a Quirkless, more like a knight, could defeat him so easily. Not even his ex-companions could believe what happened until some applause began to break out from the public since they found Izuku's demonstration impressive. Nizu, well, with everything that happened, the winner is Izuku de Leo. Everyone, excited. In the room. Mineta, it can't be that he defeated him like nothing happened. Tokoemi, but you forget that he said something about that woman. Kirishima, that's like men protecting a woman, but because he's like those men. Curious. Girls, I don't give about whoever that woman is because I won't let Izuku get any closer to that. Jealous. Katsuki, how dare that bastard. Angrily. After that everyone retreated while Izuku without his armor walked along with Shoto, whose body almost ached from the fight until he met his fellow knights. Naofumi. Wow, Izuku, you put up a great fight. Tatsumi, it's true, they gave a great fight. Shoto, you're welcome. Asta, well, but I would also like to fight against you and Izuku too. Hits Izuku in the shoulder. Izuku, you know what we can do when we train in the sanctuary when we prepare for the war against Hades. Tiger, although Izuku, don't you think you went too far? Izuku, Moroha, what he means is that I think you went too far with how you left Endeavor, since Elizabeth-sama and Shaka-sama said not to use a technique that can cause a big wound. Don't you think that? They stopped because they saw that Izuku turned blue and was shaking with fear. But Shoto had a doubt. Shoto, hey, but what exactly is that Elizabeth who talked so much? Gentlemen, well, you know. Leo's Izuku. Izuku tensed and turned around and saw that it was Shaka and Elizabeth before the eyes of all the heroes and students who arrived, and were surprised that Izuku knelt in front of them, but more to Elizabeth. Izuku, forgive me, Patriarch and Elizabeth-sama, I was blinded by anger at how he disrespected him, and that's why I left him like that. Forgive me. If necessary, I deserve a punishment worthy of Athena. Please forgive me. Kirishima/Tetsu. He's very manly about what he does, crying his eyes out. Elizabeth. Izuku, there's no need since I heard what he said, and don't worry, I would also act like that if I instigated my precious knights, especially my sweet Leo knight, so don't worry. Izuku, smiling radiantly. 1. Girls, Izukun, with a vein. Izuku, thank you Eliza. Shine. They saw Katsuki launch himself at Izuku, but Wheel of Karma touch. Katsuki stopped moving and feeling pain, and a few seconds later he stopped, but it left him a little sore. Izuku, thank you Moroha. Moroha, it's a pleasure for me to help you, my friend. Shoto, wow, that was amazing what you did. Moroha, I just took the touch off for a few seconds. Tatsumi, although I could do it with my Hades wave, don't you think? Naofumi, but you do it in a sadistic way, don't be offended. Tatsumi, I'm not offended. Deku. Izuku observed a small 9-year-old girl but recognized her. Izuku Eri surprised. Name, Izuku Midoriya. Knight Leo. Series, My Hero Academia. The knights and the goddess Athena were attentive to the girl's encounter, but they had something in mind. Knights, she's the girl that Izuku saved. Izuku, Eri, is you surprised? Eri didn't respond, she just smiled and hugged Izuku, which surprised him, and without hesitation he reciprocated, and they were happy to see them together. And when he broke the hug, Izuku, wow Eri, how much you've grown. Eri, Deku. Izuku, listen, I'm not Deku anymore now, I'm Izuku de Leo. Yes. Eri, hi Oto-san. Everyone surprised. Naofumi, now Latina has an older sister, don't you think? All Latina, confused. Izuku, don't even mention it. He gets up and sees the others. It's good to see you guys. Taumaki, we too. Midoriya. Nijire, now how does your power work? Does everyone have any? Tatsumi, is that so? Izuku sighs, it's always like this, friends. Shinso, hello Izuku. Izuku, what's up bro? Hugging him and patting him on the back. Shiso, glad to see you friend. Izuku, me too, and you too Class B. Itsuka, hello Izuku, 3 years you're leaving, you've changed a lot with that body. Tetsu, hello Midoriya. Izuku, hello. Elizabeth, from what I see, You are Izuku's friends who didn't leave them when he was Quirkless, right? Itsuka, hey, but who are you? Curious and jealous at the same time. Elizabeth, surely you don't know who I am. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Elizabeth, but I am also the reincarnation of Athena. Surprised. Momo, you are Athena, incredulous. Elizabeth, yes, I am the current reincarnation of Athena, smiling. May, hey, let me see Izuku's armor. Maybe I'll make some babies. Gentlemen, babies, confused. Izuku, what happens is that's what they call their inventions, but sometimes they explode. Naofumi, you talk like you lived it, mockingly. Izuku, I actually lived it. Gentlemen, with poker face, oh okay. May, hey, don't talk about me like that, with a pout and teary eyes. Izuku, I'm sorry, and also not about the armor since it belongs to one of the houses of each one. May, it's not fair, waving her arms comically. All a drop. Shaka, well gentlemen, it's time. Ochako, but what time? Izuku, well, we have to go back to the sanctuary and prepare for the war against Hades. Momo, but you're leaving worried. Izuku, of course I have homework there. Almight, wait. Shaka, what's up Almight? Almight, I want. All attentive. Almight, I want young Midoriya to come back. Everyone surprised. Shaka, what do they want it for? Almight, I want him back so he can be the hero you say. Girls, come on. Izuku accepts. Itsuka, please, I want you close and feel how Leon you are. Izuku, my answer is. All attentive. Izuku, no, I don't accept. All girls, screaming comically. Night, in their faces. Elizabeth, I'm sorry, but he's staying with me, smiling. All Might, but what did you say? Shocked. Izuku, what you heard. Tashinori Yagi, I do not accept since you made a decision and I made mine. And it is to be a knight of Athena, and my duty is to stop Hades. Kyoka, but you will die. Izuku, and if that happens I will do it for the care of Elizabeth-sama, so with your permission. Stop, miserable. Everyone saw Endeavor heading towards Izuku and had an annoyed face. Nizu, Endeavor, what are you doing? Endeavor, I'm going to show that wretch I'm with. Tatsumi, in front. Hades wave. Waves came out of Tatsumi's finger, and when he arrived at Endeavor he was paralyzed. Tatsumi, so twist. Shaka, Cancer. Tatsumi is enough. Tatsumi, okay, stop. Shaka, Director Nizu, I hope you understand that Izuku is a gentleman and that this doesn't affect what Endeavor did, but we also have to tell him something. Nizu, sure. Shaka, if we find out that they are doing something behind our backs, they will not be protected by us or by Athena-sama. That is clear. Nizu, of course you have my word. Shaka, let's wait. It's time to go. Opens a portal and surprises them. Izuku, well, it's time to take care. Bubble Girl, Izuku, please stay. Hugging him and crying comically. Izuku, I'm sorry but separates. I have to go, but maybe I'll visit you, I hope. Koda, goodbye Lord Izuku, and I hope you save humanity. Izuku, sure, well, bye. Eri, wait Oto-san. Izuku, what's up? Eri, I want to go with you. Izuku, really? Aizawa, you see Izuku, she felt sad when you left because she told me that she saw you as a father when you were in the general course, so you have my permission to take her. Izuku smiles and carries her. Well, you will go to the sanctuary, okay? Eri, hi. Izuku, well, see you, bye. Everyone entered the portal, and it closed completely. Girls, Izuku, why do you have to go? Crying comically. In the sanctuary? After that each knight went home, but Izuku was walking towards Inko's house while Eri was looking at the place in wonder until they reached a house. Eri, Oto-san, what are we doing here? Izuku, I'm coming for someone and you'll know it. Knock knock. Forward. Izuku came in and saw Inko and Miyuki watching TV, but they noticed Izuku. Inko, Izuku, you're back. Izuku, I'm sorry for not letting you know, but I have someone. Inko, hey, sees Eri. Wait, you're not Eri, look at yourself. Eri, hello Oba-chan. Inko, I see now you're his daughter. I'm not surprised. Miyuki, but I think Latina does. Eri, Latina, confused. Izuku, well Eri. Dad, from a hallway. Latina was seen, who was happy but stopped when she saw Eri. Latina, who is she? Curious. Izuku, well Latina, puts Eri down. Eri, she is Latina, your younger sister, and so is Latina Eri, your older sister. Both surprised. Latina approached Eri and she held her hands and had a happy face. Latina, nice to meet you, One-chan, smiling. Eri, Ada is surprised and smiles. Likewise, little sister. Name, Shaka. Knight, Virgo. Patriarch, current. Series, Saint Seiya, Soul of Gold. After the presentation, Izuku was telling them what happened, but Inko, don't bother, the fight was broadcast live. Miyuki, yes, and you were great Izuku and how that boy fought, but I am surprised by how Endeavor acted, and I understand the rumors about him. Latina, That man is very bad and saying that about Athena. Izuku, yes, and because of anger I acted like that he. Beep beep. Miyuki, answers, hello and Aizawa, what's up? I really hear you go well, I'll let you know. Hangs up. Izuku, what happened? Miyuki, well, my brother says that something happened while searching for him, so he reports to the shrine. Izuku, okay, puts on his armor. I'll be back in a moment. Leaves the house. Eri, she looks great in the armor. Latina, yes it is. Miyuki, yes, smiling and blushing. With Izuku. Izuku arrived at the shrine and there were his companions. Kazuto, hello, I heard you defeated Endeavor by an act of cowardice. Izuku, if not, remind me since it is due to the meeting. Tatsuya, they will know when Elizabeth arrives. By the way, Asta said that you brought the girl you saved 3 years ago. Izuku, yes, and now she's Eri's older sister he. Her companions wanted to talk but they stopped when Elizabeth arrived and they all knelt. Elizabeth, well Tatsuya, what is your report? Tatsuya, hi, my report is that Kazuto and I kept an eye on Hades' possible activities but I sensed a Cosmo that you should know. Shaka, and that would be it. Tatsuya, they were the bronze armors. Everyone surprised. Haru, you say they found the bronze armor, surprised. Kazuto, hi, and I also felt 5 bronze armors that were stronger than any armor. Yuji, then they must be the ones of the 5 bronze saints who helped with an ancient reincarnation of Athena or not. Tatsuya, yes, and those armors are anywhere in the world and also in other dimensions. Elizabeth, I understand, stands. I will ask you to look for clues as to where the bronze armor and also the 5 powerful ones may be. All, hi Elizabeth essay. Night, Athena-sama, see this. Everyone saw some screens showing some news. Screen 1. Here in the city of Japan, some workers from the Yuki family found a kind of armor in the shape of a phoenix. It is unknown. And in another part of Japan where VR is used all the time, they found a pink armor. Haru/Kazuto. Those are our cities. Screen 2. Many villagers are seen looking at a green dragon-shaped armor. Naofumi. That's my world. Screen 3. In the latest news, they confirmed that they found a swan-shaped armor. They believe it is the work of a subspace earthquake. It is unknown. Shido, that's my home. Screen 4. There it is shown in a kingdom where there is shown a Pegasus-shaped armor. Asta, the kingdom of Clover. And they see the screens turn off. Shaka, well, they found the 5 strongest bronze armors. Elizabeth, well, my gentleman, I understand that you know every place, right? All, hi, Elizabeth. So I ask that whoever belongs to that place go for those armors and bring them to me since they will surely conceive carriers and I understand that they do not have good memories, so do it. The 5, hi, Shaka. While we search for the remaining ones and we will surely find other armor, so prepare yourselves. All, hi, Kazuto. 3 years here and I'm back to my homeland. Haru, I won't be the same coward as always. Naofumi, I'll come back and maybe prove that I'm different. Shido, I will return by Elizabeth-sama's order. Asta, I shall go on a mission and come back for the armor, and I don't care if I meet them. The 5 knights, I will prove that I am not the same as before. Elsewhere, we can see in a room a brunette girl crying in her bed and seeing a photo where she was together with a black-haired man hugging each other, and a tear came out. Forgive me, please come back, Kirito-kun. The search begins, the return of the ex-black swordsman. We can see a brunette waking up but with red eyes indicating that she was crying. 3 years passed, lowers head. I was an idiot for getting mad at you, please forgive me, Kirito-kun. But they didn't know that on a plane they saw some young people with a uniform that had the initials of the UA. Also, you'll come back, Izuku. But we can see a brunette looking at a photo of herself and a green-haired guy, and she wasn't the only one but several girls had a photo like that. Girls, when we have that you'll be happy with us, Izuku-kun. Greece House of Leo. We can see Izuku talking to Kazuto about his new mission before leaving. Izuku, then you'll return to the place where you lived before, right? Kazuto, yes, and not just me, everyone else has a feeling about that too. Izuku, well, I hope they get the armor because we don't know if each one will run into a Hades specter. Kazuto, yes. Izuku, but do you feel ready to return? Kazuto, well, the truth is I'm not sure, but I must do it as sure as Sensei told me that I have a spirit as sharp as a sword. Izuku, that makes me happy and good luck on your trip and the others, but first I want to tell you something. Kazuto, and what is? Out of nowhere came Eri, Latina and Inko and also the knights and saying, all surprise. Kazuto, what is all this surprise? Tiger, aren't you going to enjoy your birthday party? Takashi, yes, and Izuku also planned this. Yuji, so we helped him. Kazuto, hey Izuku, you planned it. Izuku, yes, how are you going to leave? I took advantage of the party so the others could relax before going on their mission. Kazuto, well, thank you very much, Izuku, really. Izuku, I wouldn't do it for you guys for anything since we are a family, but with you Kazuto you are my best friend and a brother, and I would do anything for everyone or not guys. All yes, Kazuto, surprised and shedding tears, thanks guys. Inko, you're welcome Kazuto, you're welcome to the family as well as you, so let's celebrate. All yes. Everyone celebrated the party while the knights went home and only Kazuto remained. Kazuto. Izuku, I want to tell you something. Izuku, and what is it? Kazuto. Well, if I don't feel the courage to see the people that well you know, like you did when you returned to UA, you'll also like. Izuku. Well, at first I didn't feel brave when I was going to return, but I remembered that there were people who didn't turn their backs on me, looking at the stars. Kazuto. So, when did you see them again? I mean the ones who left you. Izuku. Well, at first I felt some anger, but I did it for the people you value the most, and sometimes, he sees, you have to give a chance to those who truly value your actions and learn too. Smiles. Kazuto, sees the stars, the people I value the most. When he thought about it, he saw some images of some people, but more of a black-haired girl. Kazuto, you Izuku. Izuku, Kazuto, thanks, I'll tell the others if. Izuku, of course, and good luck with your search. Kazuto, of course. Kazuto said goodbye to Izuku but was seen by Eri and Latina. Eri, do you think Mr. Kazuto will do well? Latina, if Uncle Kazuto could get it, so would Uncle Asta, Shido, Naofumi and Haru. Eri, it seems that you admire them. Latina. Latina, of course, when I grow up I will be a gentleman. Eri and Ida. While Kazuto was at home somewhat thoughtful, but something's up, Dad. Kazuto sees a little black-haired girl with a ribbon tying her hair and wearing a beautiful pink dress. Kazuto, nothing Hina, just thinking about my mission. Hina, okay by the way Hina gave him a drawing that said happy birthday where he was with his armor and her, but he sees that there was a brown-haired girl and an older black-haired girl. Kazuto, Hina and this. Hina, it's your gift and there are the people you met there and I thought we could be a family. Depressed. Kazuto, smiles and strokes her head. Thanks Hina, it was a great gift, and you better go to sleep since tomorrow I'm going for the armor. Hina, hi good night, goes to her room. Kazuto, you too, sees the drawing, a family, remembers what he said, maybe I'll see her again and be a family. Smiles. Name, Kazuto Kurigaya. Knight, Capricorn. Series, Sword Art Online. The next day, we can see the 5 knights on their mission to search for the 5 lost armors. Kazuto, well we are ready. The 4, yes. Shido, by the way, how will you leave if you are in different dimensions? Curious. Naofumi. The Patriarch told us that he has guardian knights from worlds that are capable of opening other worlds. Asta, although they gave us amulets so we can return to the sanctuary when we have the armor. The 3, of course. Kazuto, well guys it's time for us to go, see you. Asta, hey Kazuto, when you come back do you want to train with me and my children? 1. Kazuto, I'll think about it. And how are Fana and Mars? Asta, they're fine, although Mars takes care of his younger sister and is a real man in the exercises just to protect his sister. Naofumi, although he gets nervous when he's with Latina. All he. Asta, well, you're right about that, he. Kazuto, well we have to go, see you. The 2, goodbye. Kazuto, Haru and Shido went to the airport, while Asta and Naofumi went to a chamber where 2 portals opened. Naofumi, ready to go to your world and show them what a knight can do with those mages. Asta, sure, and ready to test what he can do compared to those heroes. Naofumi, sure, lucky Asta. Asta, you too. Both entered the portals while at the airport the other 3 were waiting for their flight. Shido, I'm nervous. Haru, I am too. Kazuto, me too guys, but Izuku helped me on how to overcome it so I know we'll get through it all right. Both of course. And so the 3 of them got on their respective flights, but on Kazuto's plane he was looking out the window and thinking. Kazuto, well it's time to return to the place where my home was once and maybe I'll see them again, but also you. Takes out Hina's drawing. Maybe I'll consider fulfilling Hina's wish and being a family Asuna. But in the place where there was going to be a destination, there was a hooded woman looking at the sky, but she sketched a smile. It's coming soon, he. It's probably because of the armor, but turns around and smiles. I hope you cooperate if you want to see your parents, he. She saw a black-haired girl hanging, but she was being surrounded by a dark aura that prevented her from leaving. Let's see what you'll do. Capricorn Knight Kirito, the ex-black swordsman, he. Girl, Papa Mama aided me, a tear coming out. Name, Itsuka Shido. Knight Scorpio. Series, Date Alive. At the Tokyo airport we can see Kazuto leaving the airport and seeing the city as he walked. Kazuto, what a big change, but the heroes are still the same although there are fewer VR games. Well, after Sword Art Online nobody plays it anymore. Now with All Might's retirement the crime rate went up, but sometimes I miss those days, but now I'm a knight, and I have a mission. Well, if I remember correctly, I know the way to the Yuki mansion, but just in case, I have a map. Where is that mansion? Kazuto heard a noise, and when he turned around he saw with surprise that Class 1A from UA was there. Kazuto, what are they doing? Are they coming for the armor? Kirishima, come on, don't be like that, remember, we have to go to that mansion. Denki, but how is the Yuki family? Momo, I hardly ever hear about them, but I heard that the matriarch's daughter is a survivor of a game for 2 years. Kyoka, you're talking about Sword Art Online, right? Momo, that's right. Mineta, she sure is a beauty, hehehehe, pervertedly. Kazuto, now I understand Izuku about that boy, and if he does that to him, and especially if Hina gets close to him, I will slice him until he is as he came. Everyone looked at Kazuto, who was standing and watching them. Ochako, I'm offering you something. Kazuto, yes, you guys go and return to UA Class A. Shiny. Katsuki launched an explosion, but Kazuto cut it with his hand and surprised them. A fight later. The entire class could be seen on the good ground except for Shinso, since he did not enter the fight. Kazuto, I repeat why you came. Kyoka, we won't tell you, pained. Shoji, and who are you? Kazuto, my name is Kazuto Kurigaya and I am the Capricorn Knight. Momo, you are a gentleman, surprised. Kazuto, hi, and I repeat it again. What are you doing here? I don't remember what I asked for support. Shinso, what happens is that Endeavor ordered the classes to take the armor, and on Nisa's back. Kazuto, damn, I don't understand why Izuku admired those heroes. Ida, and what are you to him? Kazuto, I'm his best friend and his brother, so forget it. I won't let him keep the armor for his cronies, so go back to your academy because don't think you're safe from this when Elizabeth-sama finds out, so bye. When he left, everyone was frustrated, but some were hurt, since they heard that he is Izuku's best friend while he did not realize that someone saw that. Kirito, surprised. Name, Izuku Midoriya. Night, Leo. Series, My Hero Academia. 20 minutes later, Yuki Mansion. A chestnut was seen looking out the window while holding a gift. Kirito, I hope you like your gift. But he didn't know someone was watching him. Poor you, I hope you can find him. Asuna. Top. Kyuko, who could it be? She went down the stairs and when she got to the door she was opening it. Kyuko, yes, it is offered, sees Kazuto. It can't be surprised. Kazuto, hello, you are the matriarch of the Yuki no family. Kyuko, yes I am, and who are you? Kazuto, nice to meet you. I'm Kazuto Kurigaya and I come from the government of Greece. Kyuko, Kazuto is my daughter's boyfriend who left by mistake, and what is he doing here? Kazuto, well, what happens is that his family found an armor. No. Kyuko, if I found it, and what do you offer with it? Kazuto, well, in Greece they want you to give it to me if you are so kind, since it is of utmost importance. Kyuko, I see it's about the knights, isn't it? Kazuto, of course you must have seen the fight, right? Kyuko, yes, and you are one. No. Kazuto, he got it right, so the armor thing. Kyuko, you know better, wait later if I'm busy so you can. Kazuto, okay, with pleasure, there will be no rush. Well, if Hades decides to attack, have a nice day, he leaves. When he left, Asuna arrived and had a look of astonishment on her face. Asuna, mother, that boy was. Kyoku, yes, it's him. Asuna, Kirito-kun, crying with joy. Kyoku, better get ready and I'll look for the armor. Asuna, alright, today is her birthday, I'll go get the gift. Goes to her room. Kyoku, I'm so glad to see your happiness, Asuna, and I thank that boy for saving you from that damn enemy. I wonder what kind of knight you are, since I've only seen that boy. I'd rather not ask. While Asuna was getting ready while putting away the gift. Asuna, I hope it's like before Kirito-kun. With Kazuto. He was walking in a city park, but Kirito/Oni-chan. Kazuto. He turned around and saw his friends and his sister, and without further ado they hugged him. He hugged them back and they spent time in the park. Klein. So you live in Greece with the knights? No. Kazuto, yes, but where is Agile? Rika, well, he moved out when you were gone for 3 years after Yuki's funeral. Kazuto, I see. Keiko, yes, but we were worried about you. Shino, but we understand that it is not your fault for her death. Kazuto, I know, but don't worry, in these 3 years I had a good time and met people, and I have a best friend who is like a brother. Klein, you broke the flea's heart. Rika, by the way, how did you do it? Kazuto, what? Rika, well, to put it bluntly, you are a gentleman, since I saw your fight with the UA and I told them. Or not, guys, serious. Everyone nods. Kazuto, Edo, nervous. Kirito-kun. Everyone noticed the chestnut, but Kazuto was surprised to see it. Kazuto, to Suna. Asuna. Hello, Kirito-kun, smiles. I'm so glad to see you. Kazuto, yes, I'm the same. Asuna has already spent 3 years. Asuna. Edo, Kirito-kun, I wanted to tell you that He couldn't finish because he heard the trees and they moved away while something created an explosion. Klein, what was that? Keiko, Maybe he was a villain. Kazuto, that Cosmo is evil. Is it a specter? Era, you could have made a mistake. That's admirable. From the trees they saw a hooded woman come out with a smile. But it's a shame that this is inopportune. Kazuto, what do you want? Well, easy, give me the armor or she will suffer. Well, I have a gift for you too. She showed that she had trapped a black-haired girl, but they recognized her, and were shocked to see her. And Yui. Kazuto, bad damn you, who are you? She didn't respond but took off her hood and revealed that she was a black-haired woman, but she was wearing Amazon-type armor, but it was purple, but she had an air of fear and fear. Let me introduce myself. I am Yubelina, the Lady of the Flaming Sword, and I have come for something. Takes out a fire sword. To kill the Capricorn Knight, that is, in pose, we will have our fight Kazuto of Capricorn. Swordsman combat. Previously in the Golden Knights of Hope, the search for the bronze armor began with Kazuto, who returned to his hometown but was surprised to see that Class A was there, but after defeating them Shinso confessed that on the part of Endeavor they wanted the armor because they believed that Izuku would return, and Kazuto continued his search until he reached the Yuki mansion, and the matriarch Yuki told him to give it to her later, and he went to a park. To his surprise he met his sister and his friends, and also Asuna, the girl who was the reason he became a knight, but also a woman appeared where she had Yui tied up, who was in real life, and more than her, she was a specter of Hades. Let me introduce myself. I am Yubelina, the Lady of the Flaming Sword, and I have come for something. Takes out a fire sword. To kill the Capricorn Knight, that is, in pose, we will have our fight Kazuto of Capricorn. Everyone was shocked by what was happening, but Asuna was even more shocked by what she heard. Asuna, sir, what are you talking about? Keiko, I knew it. Kirito-kun is a gentleman. Sugu, so it's true. Kazuto, what did you do and how did you bring Yui to the real world? Annoyed. Yubelina, well, it was easy. I just opened a portal that connects to the world of the network and I brought her, and I saw that she is your daughter, and I wanted to take her hostage. Asuna, damn it, let her go. Yubelina, if you want me to release her, give me the Phoenix armor, and she will be free. Klein, all that's left is to give him that armor and that's it. Shino, Kazuto, what are you saying? Kazuto, I won't give him the armor. Everyone _ Rika, what are you saying? Yubelina, well, let's see what you do with this. She lunged and prepared a vertical cut, but clink. They came with surprise that he blocked it with his arm and nothing happened to him, and it sounded like a sword was being shaken, and Yubelina moved away. Yubelina, it seems you are prepared, sir. Kazuto, true. Asuna, Kirito-kun, what are you doing? Kazuto, I'll just say Capricorn. A glow came out and they saw with surprise that he was wearing the armor of Capricorn. All Kazuto. Sugu, Oni-chan, surprised. Asuna, blushing. Kirito-kun. Yui, sees him a little conscious. Dad. Yubelina, well, Kazuto. I, Kazuto, Knight of Capricorn, Golden Saint of the Goddess Athena, accept your duel. Yubelina, the Lady of the Flaming Sword. Yubelina, ha, I'm looking forward to this duel. Knight, prepares his sword, because I'm going to taste your golden blood when I take the armor. Kazuto, I want to see that Yubelina, in combat pose. Klein, hey, seriously, you're going to fight, but this isn't a game. Kazuto, I lost and was training at the shrine. All in syrup. Shino, and we can't do anything. Kazuto, maybe if they still have the Ogmas they can find a way to free her. All very good. Asuna, Kirito-kun. Kazuto, what's up? Asuna, be careful, Kirito-kun. Kazuto was surprised but felt something in his heart, and remembered Hina but smiled and surprised Asuna, but she smiled and tears came out, and went to help. Yubelina, it was touching, but it's time for our fight. Kazuto, yes, in fighting pose. Yubelina, I hope for a good fight, Knight. Kazuto, you said it. His hand glows with Cosmo. They remained still, but a leaf began to fall slowly, and when it reached the ground they both launched themselves to prepare an attack. Yubelina, fire / Kazuto, Excalibur. Both, Aizawa, preparing their attack. Name, Kazuto Kurigaya. Knight, Capricorn. Series, Sword Art Online. Sanctuary. We can see Izuku in front of Elizabeth. Izuku, why did you summon me, Elizabeth-sama? Elizabeth, I called you to help Kazuto with the armor because I have a feeling he might need help. Izuku, I understand, and do I send the others the same or just me? Elizabeth, well, I also sent Takashi with Shido and Yuji with Haru so they can help them in emergencies. Izuku, of course I'll go where the armor is. A portal opens. I wonder how bad Kazuto and the others could be. I hope they don't run into a specter of Hades. With Kazuto, clink, clank. Those sounds were heard throughout the city like a sword fight, and in the park there was the fight between Kazuto and the one known as Yubelina, but before the eyes of everyone and the heroes of the city, but they did not try to interfere since they know the knights from the fight that took place at UA, but their friends tried to free Yui. Klein, how much longer? Shino, let's see. Some codes are missing and, already, the black chains that held her disappeared and Yui was freed, but Asuna caught him. Asuna, Yui, are you okay? But they saw that his eyes began to open, and he opened them completely, but when he saw Asuna he gave her a big hug. Yui, mom, I'm here in the real world. Asuna, hey my little one. Yui, but dad hasn't come back yet, depressed. Keiko, well Yui's back. Yui, and where is it? Klein, am good. Flush. They heard that and saw that the fight was still going on, but Yui was surprised to see her father in armor. Yui, he's the Capricorn Knight, amazed. Shino, something like he said. Yubelina, flame cutter dies. She launched a fire cut, but Kazuto cut it with his arm, and surprising everyone, but more so that he was above her and his feet under her arms. Kazuto, what do you think of this stone jump? Using his legs he jumped while throwing Yubelina, but when he reached the ground Kazuto raised his hand and it began to shine. Kazuto, feel the power of Excalibur. When he did it, it was shown that he made a cut where a light came out that when it reached Yubelina it gave an explosion that surprised everyone with its power. Yui, wow, dad is strong. Reika, you can see that he is strong now that he is a knight. Keiko you said it. Asuna, Kirito-kun. But Kazuto realized that out of nowhere a cut was heading towards his friends, but they heard that and realized that Kazuto was in front of them, but blood came out of his back and he was spitting blood from his mouth. All Kazuto/Kirito/Papa worried. Yubelina, wow, you look like a gentleman, but Yubelina launched some fire chains with her sword. When they caught Kazuto she began to whip him anywhere and left him on the ground. Kazuto, damn, she's strong, I can't beat her, but I must complete the mission. But, Dad, Kazuto heard the voice and sees Yui and the moments with her friends and also the day when she met Shura. Flashback. After Yuki's death, Asuna told him that it was his fault for not saving her, and this was so bad that he thought about jumping off a bridge, but you know nothing will change if you do it. Kazuto, what do you know? What if you have a big sword inside you? Kazuto, how? I mean, you have a great spirit and a sense of helping that makes you like a great sword with a very sharp edge. Kazuto didn't know what to say, but he remembered what happened to his life in Sao and his comrades in Morisaki, and then he decided to get off the bridge and seeing the man. Kazuto, and who are you? My name is Shura of Capricorn and I came for you. Kazuto, for what? Shura, so that you can be, extends his hand, the new Knight of Capricorn. End of flashback. After that, memories of his friends and more of his best friend came to him, up to his birthday, and what Hina said. Yubelina, I see you don't know if you win or not, raises her sword, that's admirable. She was about to give it to him but, narrate, they saw with surprise that he had an X on his stomach, and it grabbed the cut. Yubelina, how is it that looks in surprise? It can't be. They didn't understand, but they saw that Kazuto had his arms extended, but they emanated golden cosmo. Yubelina, you're using both arms, surprised. Kazuto, now you will feel the edge of the Aincrad Knight, in combat pose. Name, Shura. Gentleman, EX Capricorn. Series, Saint Seiya, Soul of Gold. Everyone was astonished at what they saw now that Kazuto used both hands and Yubelina more. Kazuto, I'll finally use a result of my secret training that I took. Yubelina, I can't believe you use both hands. No Capricorn Knight has ever done anything like that. Kazuto, well, you're seeing the first one, in pose, and he'll use them here and now. He lunged at her but disappeared, but was in front of her, and was stabbing her while she blocked them but with difficulty, and her friends were surprised by Kazuto's movements. Keiko, is it just me or do those movements seem familiar to you? All yes. Klein, wait, I remember. Shino, what Klein? Klein, Asuna, do you remember the fight against the Minotaur? Asuna, yes, but why? Klein, because when Kirito couldn't handle a sword he took out another sword, which was the one you made Liz in the game. Keiko, it's true, he told me that he used it against him and made several quick movements with it. Shino, yes, but now that he uses them with both hands he's doing the same thing as in Aincrad. Reika, now Kazuto is doing the same thing but with her. Klein, it's likely that he was training since, as you heard, no one has done so. Keiko, he must have been training him. Reika, he's still the same, always planning new strategies. Sugo, yes, that's my Oni-chan. All yes. Asuna, Kirito-kun. Yui, mom, dad will win. Asuna sees her, yes, he will win. While in combat. Yubelina, I can't believe this guy knows how to handle the Capricorn sword well, but raises the sword, it's time to finish. She started to hit him but, clank, to his surprise, Kazuto repelled the attack. Yubelina, no it can't be, incredulous. Kazuto, now, Kazuto, get ready. Klein, that's it. Kazuto, Stardust. Asuna, surprised, that's the move. Kazuto, burst stream, narrate. And it began with a series of cuts that were very fast. Everyone impressed. Asuna, Kirito, Yui, let's go dad. Klein, beat her, friend. Sugo, kick your ass on Ichan. I'll win. Kazuto kept cutting him but he moved away. He didn't understand but he put his arms in an X shape and they began to glow. Kazuto, now. He launched himself at Yubelina before everyone's eyes. Asuna, win for our daughter Kiritua. He managed to hear that, and closed his eyes and thought of people. Kazuto, Sachi, Klein, Agile, Silica, Liz, Sinan, Shura-sensei, Shaka-sama, guys, thinking about the knights, Asuna, Yui guys. But the image of a green-haired man comes to her, especially when they met. Flashback. We can see a young Kazuto in his second week of training but due to carelessness some rocks were about to fall on him but plasma lightning. The rocks were destroyed by the lack of understanding. What a close call, and you almost died in your first week. He heard a voice and saw that it was a green-haired boy but with freckles on each side and he decided to go down. Hello, Kazuto. Hello and thanks for the help. No problem, you are the new Capricorn Knight. Kazuto. How did you know? Studied the type of techniques and combat styles of the knights. Kazuto, wow, but now that I see you, you're not the guy who broke his fingers at the UA festival. Well, my name is Izuku Midoriya, a pleasure, huh? Kazuto, of course, I'm Kazuto Kirigaya, a pleasure and what a gentleman you are. Izuku, I'm the new Leo Knight but I'm training. Kazuto, I see, hey, don't you want to train? Izuku, sure. And so they both trained for almost a year before separating. Kazuto, hey Izuku, promise me something. Izuku, what a thing. Kazuto, when I have my armor, promise me that we will have a fight and also, raise his thumb, that we will be the strongest knights in history, friend. Izuku, smiles, of course I promise, extends his fist, just wait brother. End of flashback. Kazuto, Izuku, I'll win brother Excalibur. After that Kazuto was behind her, and his arms extended downwards. They didn't understand but, Yubelina bled a lot, just like a huge X appeared on her chest as blood came out. Everyone surprised. Kazuto, I won this battle. Izuku. Name, Izuku Midoriya. Knight, Leo. Series, My Hero Academia. Everything was silent when Kazuto gave her the final blows since they did not expect that nor did the heroes but they see that Yubelina fell to the ground. Hero, maybe I kill her. Heroine. But I don't know if we arrested him or not. But you see that Kazuto walked towards Yubelina while particles were slowly coming out. Klein, what will he do? Keiko, I don't know. Sugo, maybe he's going to kill her. Kazuto _ I must admit you fought very well. All hey. Asuna sighs, here we go. Yubelina, you know, knowing that you are a knight of Athena, you didn't fight badly at all, and you know you are the first man to give me a good fight in my life. He. Kazuto, you would have been great if you were a knight or a great heroine for your sword and fire skills. Yubelina, thank you, but as you know, I lost and before I go to the afterlife I want to give you something. She gives him her sword that was unlit, and he takes it. Yubelina, this sword was forged from what was left of Pompeii after the lava took the town. I want you to take care of it, and find a worthy bearer for it. Kazuto, of course I'll find it for sure, I promise. Smiles. Yubelina, of course, and save this world. Kazuto of Capricorn. You see that after closing your eyes it turned into particles completely, implying that it was gone. Reika, what happened? Kazuto, that's what happens when a knight with the strongest and noblest heart dies. He turns into particles. Shino, and where are you going? Kazuto, to the stars of space with the other knights, looking at the ground. Dad. He turns around and feels a hug from Yui, and he hugs her back. Yui, you're back, happy? Kazuto, of course I'll act. They saw that he was almost falling to the ground and was breathing heavily. Asuna, Kirito-kun, what's wrong? Worried. Don't worry Asuna, he's fine. Everyone sees that the one who said she was Asuna's mother, and next to her she had a box with the phoenix symbol. Asuna, Mom, call a doctor. Kyuko, I'm sorry daughter, but I can't take you to a doctor. Sugo, but he's going to. Don't worry, he just needs to be taken to the sanctuary. They saw a green-haired man arrive, but they were surprised to see him because they recognized him by his armor. Kazuto, Izuku, smiling. Izuku, sorry for the delay. Kazuto, first I ran into her with the armor and I felt your Cosmo, and see that it's time to return. Klein, return to where? Izuku, which means Kazuto's mission is over and he has to leave. All Iya surprised. Apology and reunion with the spirits for the armor. Previously in the Golden Knights of Hope, Kazuto began his battle against the specter of Hades Eubelina, but due to a carelessness that was planned by her, and had a disadvantage, but Kazuto did something that the Capricorn Knight would never do and was used both arms and performed an old technique. Kazuto, Status Buster Stream. He did that technique to finish it off with an Excalibur with both hands in the shape of an X, and Eubelina recognized him as a knight who gave him a sacred sword and then left the world, implying that he died, but Kazuto fell all wounded. But they see that Kyuko arrived, and to Kazuto's surprise Izuku also came, but he surprised everyone a lot when he said the following: Izuku, Kazuto's mission is over and he has to return to the shrine. All EHH. Asuna, Kirito-kun will leave again. No one had words when Izuku said that Kazuto has to return to the shrine. Sugo, Oni-chan has to go. Izuku, I'm sorry, but the best way to treat him is at the sanctuary, since there they will remove traces of Black Cosmo. Keiko, so Kirito-san is leaving again. Izuku, that's right, since his mission was to obtain the Phoenix armor and bring it back to the sanctuary, which is the one I have on my back. Kazuto, he don't tell me Elizabeth-sama asked you to go. Izuku, I'm not the only one. Kazuto, he. Kazuto, I see Ak. Izuku, calm down, friend, there won't be much left. Izuku lowered the Pandora's box and took out a talisman, and it glowed and a door opened, surprising everyone, but a knight came out. Knight, Izuku-sama, what's up? Izuku, I want you to take the Phoenix armor to Elizabeth-sama and inform Shura-sama about Capricorn Kazuto's condition. Knight, hi. Izuku-sama, grabs the box and enters. Izuku, alright, carries Kazuto. Time to go back, friend. Kazuto, of course, closes his eyes. Izuku, rest, friend. Rika, wait, you can't take me. Izuku, because. Rika, I mean he left, and we looked for him for 3 years and he comes back, but now he's leaving again. Shino, you're right, after 3 years we see it, but now. Klein, right, let him stay. Izuku, sorry, but you have responsibilities at the shrine, with permission. Izuku was moving forward, but he felt a grab, but he saw that it was Yui who had tears in her eyes. Yui, please take dad, please, with tears. Izuku, you are Yui, no. Yui, how? Izuku, Kazuto told me a lot about you, and the truth is it hurt him a lot to leave you, and you know I don't know what to do. Asuna, you leave us. Izuku, hey, what are you talking about? Asuna, let us go with you, seriously. All, hey. Sugo, Asuna, surprised. Izuku, what are you saying? Asuna, I want you to take us to talk to Kirito. Sees him with tears. Please, just I want to talk to him, please. Sniff. Izuku didn't know how to respond, but he looked closely at Asuna's eyes and sighed. Izuku, okay, you can go to the shrine. It must be said that those present were happy to hear that, since they would be with their friend. Good for some girls. And even more so for a girl who was happy to be with her father again. Kyuko _ I'll go too. Asuna, mom, sure, surprised. Kyuko, yes, and also I would like to be with my son-in-law. Asuna blushes. Kyuko, and besides, I would like to be at the sanctuary since I always wanted to visit it and meet Athena. Izuku, well, the truth is the sanctuary is beautiful. Well, without further ado, let's go. Everyone was about to leave, but the heroes arrived. Hero, you and your friend are knights. Izuku, yes, and serious. Heroine, thank you for coming, and I really loved your fight. Izuku, it wasn't anything good, take care. Before they wanted to talk, Izuku entered the portal and it closed. Hero, how bad I wanted him to sign me. Heroine, and I also wanted to ask her out, and also that. Hero, 'tis great now the world proclaims the knights who steal our popularity. What they didn't know is that someone recorded the fight and then uploaded it. Name, Kazuto Kurigaya. Knight, Capricorn. Series, Sword Art Online. Sanctuary. At the shrine we can see that Kazuto and Izuku's friends came out, but the others are amazed to see the shrine and see the 12 houses of the zodiac, but they see how Kyuko was crying. Asuna, mom, what's wrong? Kyuko, I'm at the SNIS shrine and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, even my dream. Klein, incredible, and with those temples. Izuku _ those are the houses of the 12 knights, and the largest is where the goddess Athena is. All, hey. Keiko, and where does Kirito live? Izuku, it is the 10th house before Aquarius and after Sagittarius, pointing to the house of Capricorn. It must be said that everyone's jaw dropped to the floor when they saw where Capricorn's house was. Asuna, don't worry, if we go up floors in SAO we can do it. Rika, that's because we were in a game, and this is reality. Asuna, Shino, but I don't think a few steps would kill us. Klein, yes, we will surely arrive quickly. Izuku, I thought the same thing when I arrived, and the boys thought the same thing. 2 hours later. Shino, I take it back. Seiko, you said it. We can see the others tired as they climbed the stairs, but they see Izuku moving forward and it didn't affect him, while he carried Kazuto and had Yui on his back. Rika, how ha, It doesn't affect you to climb these stairs. Izuku, I just trained with heavy things for a while and it did this to me. Asuna, and each night also did this. Izuku, yes, but don't worry, we're almost there. They arrived at the house where the Capricorn constellation was, which left everyone surprised at what it was like. But male and female knights appeared who were medical specialists who were treating Kazuto. Asuna, thank you, Knight of Leo Bows. Izuku, for nothing good I'd better go train and continue looking for armors. Izuku was about to leave but, Asuna, before you go, what are you to Kirito-kun since I see that you care about him? Izuku stops. Well, we are knights and knights protect each other since we consider ourselves a family, but Kazuto is my best friend and at the same time he is a brother to me. Sees him smiling. He is my brother. It must be said that they were surprised by what he said and Izuku left, leaving all his friends alone. Sugo, hey, did he say he's his brother? Rika, don't tell me you got jealous, Sugo. Sugo, I mean he was with Oni-chan for 3 years and he considers him a brother. It's not fair. He waves his arms comically. Everyone laughed but Asuna sees that her mother and Yui were in front of the stretcher where Kazuto was. Yui, Dad changed a lot. Kyuko, yes granddaughter, look how your father is now. Yui, it would have been better if he was with me, sad. Asuna, me too Yui. Yui mom. Asuna, if only I hadn't said that to him. Flashback. Asuna, Kirito. Kirito, what's up Asuna? Asuna, because you couldn't save Yuki. Kirito, listen Asuna, I know it's painful but I really tried to. Asuna, did you try? Did you not arrive in time? You only saved me, but why did you save her? Kirito, listen Asuna, what I mean is, Asuna, enough. I would have been better abused that sick man since I can't count on you because Yuki died because of you. She runs away. She left Kirito alone without knowing that this was the beginning of what would change his life. End of flashback. Asuna, no doubt, takes Kazuto's hand. I ruined it. I wouldn't say that, Miss Yuki. They heard that, and saw that there was Shura and in his hand was Hina. Shino, who are you? Shura, nice to meet you. My name is Shura, the former Capricorn Knight and Kazuto's master. All hey. Asuna, it's her teacher, surprised. Well, so they are Kazuto's friends that Izuku told me about. Come here, Elizabeth is here. Klein, oh how beautiful perhaps, gets hit. Rika, don't start. Elizabeth, thanks for the compliment, but I'm interested in another one. Klein, collapsed inside me. Asuna, who are you? I hope you're not after Kirito-kun jealous. Elizabeth, a pleasure. I am Elizabeth, the current reincarnation of Athena. All EHHHH. Name, Izuku Midoriya. Knight, Leo. Series, My Hero Academia. Shino, you said that you are the reincarnation of Hina. Elizabeth, hi. Kyuko, I can't believe you're the current Athena and I'm seeing it. Elizabeth, wow, now you know about Athena's reincarnations. Kyuko, of course, as a child I always wanted to see the sanctuary and the goddess Athena in person. Elizabeth, well thank you. Hina, now how is my dad? It must be said that this left everyone shocked, especially Asuna. Asuna, plus dad maybe Kirito got married. Shura, and how is my student's condition? Nurse, he is resting since he suffered some broken bones, as Izuku-sama told us. Shura, I'm surprised the specters have already made their moves. I was also surprised Shura-sensei. They heard that and saw that Kazuto barely got up. All Kazuto Kirito Papa. Kazuto, I'm fine. Hina, Dad hugs her father. Yui, I have a little sister. Hina, Naeni Papa Uncle Izuku said that you used both hands to make an Excalibur. Shura, that's true, so that's why you trained alone? Kazuto, and you really surprised me. Kazuto, thanks sensei. Shura, although I didn't expect to see visitors but, looks at Asuna, you are the person who blamed Kazuto, seriously. Asuna, HAI, nervous and sad. Shura, I better go. I have to see the new young gentleman. Leaves. Asuna, Kirito-kun. Kazuto, what's wrong? It didn't end because Asuna gave him a hug that surprised Kazuto. Kazuto, Asuna what? Asuna, sorry Kirito, I didn't know how to behave because I felt sad about Yuki's death and I forgot what you did for me until I found out you were gone and I felt terrible. Sniff, sorry Kirito, sorry. Everyone felt bad but Kazuto did too since deep down he felt sad and without further ado he reciprocated the hug. Kazuto, Asuna, I really don't accept it. Narrated, Asuna felt sad but, Kazuto, you forgive me. All hey. Asuna, Kirito. Kazuto, I mean I felt bad when I left and without telling you but I was so depressed that I didn't notice you all but when I became the knight I felt so happy but deep down I wanted to see you but more 8 takes Asuna's hands. Forgive me Asuna and please be with me. Everyone was surprised but they couldn't stop tears from coming out, especially Asuna. Kyuko, I'm so glad you went to the armory not only to overcome your past but to see them again. Kazuto, well, something like that if not for Hina. Hina, for me because. He didn't answer anything, but you see that he took out a drawing from his pants, but Hina recognized it. Hina, my drawing. Kazuto, yes, I did it since you want your little one. Goes to Asuna and Yui. Girls, this is Hina. Hina Kirigaya, my adopted daughter, smiles. Hina recognized both of them by their drawing and she put on a smile, but Asuna saw the drawing and also sketched a smile, as did Yui, and they gave the girl a hug. Hina, so she's my mother. Kazuto, I wouldn't say that, little one. Hina, because. He takes out a small box from his pocket, and Asuna is surprised and sheds a few tears because when she opened it, an engagement ring was revealed. Kazuto, whether she marries me or not, Asuna smiles. Asuna, hi, smiles with tears of joy. At that moment everyone congratulated the current couple and Elizabeth smiled at that but saw in her imagination Izuku with a wedding ring and smiling. Elizabeth, someday, a tear comes out, with Shido 20 minutes before Yubiluna's arrival. We can see Shido upset, since the students of Class B of UA were with him, but they were all injured and complaining of the pain. Shido, what the hell are you doing, UA? I don't remember asking for support, seriously. Ibara, who are you? Shido, my name is Shido from Scorpio Knight. Class B, hey, you're a gentleman, surprised. Shido, and I repeat it again, what the hell are you doing? Kendo, if you allow me, he gets up with difficulty. Monoma, don't you dare. Kendo. Shido, speak. Kendo, what happens is that we were ordered to go for that armor. Shido, who's serious? Tetsu, it was Endeavor who managed to bribe us into being Class A, but we do it to help Izuku, that's all. Shido, MPH with you I can pass since you didn't turn your backs on Izuku, so don't get involved, so go back to Japan. Walks. Pony, I have a question. Izuku is special to you. Shido, MPH, I think so, since it is special for us since it encourages us. It is more like saying that our saint hihi but not homo. Setsuba, damn. Shido, well, I'm leaving. He left, leaving the entire group be stunned. But he didn't realize that a white-haired girl saw that but had a tear in her eye. Shidio-kun, with Shido. Shido saw the city and felt nostalgic when he saw it. Shido, it hasn't changed much, and apart from the fact that there are no spirits, I would say that it was exhausting having many dates with spirits, Well, let's look for the armor. Shido continued his search for his armor, but without realizing it he collided with someone. Shido, sorry, it wasn't my intention. Nervous. Don't worry. When the person saw Shido, his face became astonished, and tears began to fall. Sure, Shido. While Shido was stupefied as he saw a girl who looked beautiful, but more so the hair was violet, but he recognized her. Shido, Totoka. Reunion date and battle for the armor. Previously in the Golden Saints of Hope, Izuku took Kazuto's friends to the sanctuary to be checked by the sanctuary doctors, where they also met Kazuto's teacher Shura and Elizabeth, the current reincarnation of Athena, although they got a surprise when they met Hina, the adopted daughter of Kazuto. And when Kazuto woke up, Asuna apologized but believed that Kazuto rejected them. But Kazuto, you forgive me. All, hey, Asuna, Kirito. Kazuto, I mean, I felt bad when I left and without telling you, but I was so depressed that I didn't notice you all, but when I became the knight I felt so happy, but deep down I wanted to see you. But more 8 takes Asuna's hands. Forgive me, Asuna, and please be with me. Everyone was happy about that, but even more so when Kazuto proposed to Asuna, and that day both souls reunited. But that's not all, since a few hours ago Shido on his mission ran into Class B and with the same purpose of Class A to look for the armor, but when he left he met a person who he didn't expect to see again. Sure, Shido. Totoka. Shido said nothing when he saw the violet-haired girl who was surprised to see the Scorpio Knight. Shido, what am I doing here? She'll surely tell Kotori and my mission for the armor will fail. Toka, sure, Shido. I heard what I called him, but what I didn't expect would be Toka Shida. She hugged him, which surprised him completely. He wanted to move away, but Toka. Shido, I'm sorry if it wasn't my intention, she just threatened me. Shido, hey, what are you doing? Toka, Kotori forced me. Yoshino, Rain, Origami and Miku, them and me, they forced us, with tears. Shido didn't believe what Toka said, but when he heard her voice and saw her eyes and deduced that she wasn't lying, inside he felt like a fool and did something she didn't expect. He reciprocated the hug. It surprised her, but that made her happy, and they separated for a few minutes. Shido, well, Toka, I'm glad to see you, and also I'm glad to know that they didn't leave me because they wanted to. Toka, yes, Shido, and I am glad to see you. Shido, well, size, if you want him, I don't know if you like. Toka, hi. Shido, Toka, I know what you wanted. You want us to have a date, right? Shido stopped for a second but then reacted. Shido, well, I don't know if I should call it a date. More like a talk about getting back together. Toka, it doesn't matter if it's with you Shido, I'll always consider it a date. Shido sighs, well you win Toka, let's go to our date. Toka, hi, but first allow me a second. Shido, hi. Toka went behind a building and Shido let out a heavy sigh. Shido, what I'm doing is my mission is to go get the armor, but maybe Kotori will find me and guide me to the armor, but also if DM will come for the armor maybe she will teach that spirit stalker a lesson, but I don't know why I feel like something else will come out in this mission. Shido, see that Toka arrived. Toka, I'm ready. Shido, okay, let's go. Toka, hi. They both marched and began their date. Elsewhere, a silver-haired woman with glasses was looking at herself in the mirror while behind her was a green-haired girl. Girl, ready? Woman, hey. I've called everyone, it's time to go for it. Girl, hi. They both left, but they had in their minds, both Shido. But what they didn't know is that someone heard it because there was a microphone. Crew member, we already found your position, ma'am. Explain it well. All hi. So you came back, I don't know why you come. Turns away. Maybe you can help us with what that box is. Behind his room, a box was seen and it had the engraving of a swan, but elsewhere a white-haired man was watching Shido and Toka on a computer. Man, this will be exciting. Prepare everything. Let's visit him. All HAI. But with them was a hooded man, but he had a smile. When he saw Shido, he had a smile. Let's see what you're made of, Scorpio. Name, Shido Itsuka. Night, Scorpio. Series, Date Alive. With Shido. We can see Shido and Toka on a park bench since it seems they had fun on their date, but more Toka since her happy smile that looks like a child made Shido smile too. Shido, well it wasn't that bad. Toka, yeah it makes me remember our dates 3 years ago. Shido, yes, Shido. He heard those voices and saw that there were some people that he recognized. Shido, Yoshino, Rain, Origami, Miku, surprised. The aforementioned only hugged him with great happiness, and he reciprocated them. Yoshino, Shido, it's good to see you. Shido, and more with you Yoshino, but I'm surprised to see you, you've already grown a lot. What's up Yashinan? Yashinan, Jijuju with you too Shido. Miku, darling, it's a relief that you're okay. Origami, I felt lonely since I had a lot of things for you. Shido, I really miss your little things, Rain, it's good to see you Shido. Shido, you too, and the truth is nothing has changed. Rain is still the same. Rain, you think? Shido, yes. Miku, and tell us what you did in these 3 years darling, curious. Shido, these 3 years when that day happened I was thinking of going somewhere but a man appeared and offered me to go with him to Greece. Rain, and what did you do in Greece? Shido, well, I took on a new life there and made friends. Well, more like we feel like brothers with each other. Yoshino, seriously. Yashinan, but there is surely one in particular not of you. Shido, well yes, that boy manages to cheer us up. Miku, it's a relief that I'm not a girl. Shido, no, but they get closer to him especially Tatsuya's sister. Origami, and what is that boy's name? Shido, well his name is Izuku Midoriya. Toka, wait for the knight who faced the heroes, surprised. Shido, I see you found out. Rain, yes, but I see that you work for the knights, right? Shido, yes, in fact I came back since I have orders from there. Yashinan, and what is it? Shido, I'm here for the swan form armor. Rainen, there is indeed a problem, Kotori has it. Shido, yes, I can notice that. And you notice it now. They see a tall red-haired girl arrive along with some twins. Shido, Kotori serious. Kotori, so long Oni-chan. The Golden Knights of Hope. Everyone was silent when people appeared who didn't want to see, especially the women who were with Shido. Toka, what are you doing here? Seriously. Kaguya, well, sees Shido nervously. Ho, Yuzuru, Shido, advance. Shido wanted to push her away, but he didn't wait. He suffered an electric shock that impacted everyone. Kotori, don't get close to him. Presses a button. Kaguya, you Ag, also suffers a shock. Kotori, don't talk. Rain, there are collars that release a shock. Kotori, that's right. I put them on when they rejected the threat I told them that day. Shido, so you did that to him. Kotori, if you know, I thought that if they left you I would find someone else. But I was wrong, and the easiest way I gave them this so they would obey me. But I came for you Shido. Shido, what do you want? Serious. Kotori, simple. A box with an engraving of a swan appeared from a teleporter. Shido, the swan armor. Kotori, well, I wanted to see if you could help us. But since you said you work with the knights I thought you knew about that. But instead I'll leave the sisters free. Shido, I'm afraid it won't work. Shido approached the sisters, but they saw that his right nail had grown red, and when he touched both of them, crash. The necklace of both broke completely and surprising everyone and more Kotori. Then Shido held the twins and they saw that they gave him a smile. Shida, I'm glad that they didn't leave me, thank you. Both of them hugged her and were crying with joy. but Kotori was pulling away, but her legs were frozen. Essay of Yoshino. Shido, thank you Yoshino. Yoshino, no problem. Shido approached the Pandora's box and took it. Shido, well, mission accomplished. He couldn't finish because a portal opened and a blonde came out of it, making everyone on guard. Shido, Elena. Elena, wait, I come in peace, I need help. Toka, why trust in? A blue-haired man came out of the portal, but they were carrying a dark-haired woman and a green-haired woman. Shido, Mana, what happened with Kurumi and Natsumi? Mana, what happens is that DM has someone very dangerous. All, hey, Kurumi, it's true, he is someone very dangerous since he has the powers of spirits. All impacted. Rain has the powers of spirits. Elena, no, but from other spirits, but she has a power similar to the princess, pointing at Toka. Toka as surprised. Shido, and when I arrived, before I could say anything, some women in suits and armed men appeared, floating. Soldier 1, I found the targets. Soldier 2, received. Elena, we arrived late. Mana, demons. A giant ship appeared from the sky, where many DM soldiers came out. Toka, this is bad. Yashinan, you don't even need to say it. Miku, maybe they never give up. DM, annoyed. Mana, yes, and even more so when they recruited that guy. I see that they are still alive. From a lightning bolt came a hooded man whose smile was all you could see. Yuzuru, that man is the Kurumi. Don't be fooled by her appearance, she gives off a very dark power. That left everyone terrified but firm, but Shido had a thought. Shido, that guy is strange, he almost gives off a cosmos, but I'd better not jump to conclusions. Wow, it really is Shido Itsuka. They heard that voice, and from a portal of the ship came out a man of almost 30 with white hair and an arrogant face. Miku, damn, what was missing? Annoyed. All, yes. Westcott, what a welcome I get, but anyway, I didn't expect to see you all snotty after 3 years. Shido, yes, and I see that you are a coward, that Elena left you for being a crazy person who harasses spirits. Westcott, hee, and this is coming from the guy who leaves them naked just by sealing them, or without mentioning that you have the title of Scorpio, smiles maliciously. Shido _ shocked. Name, Toka Yatagami. Night, none. Series, date alive. Shido was speechless about what Westcott said and all those present and the heroes who were approaching. Shido, how is it that? Westcott, well, besides investigating the spirits, I also studied about knights and armor, and of course you are a knight of the Scorpio constellation, a knight in the service of Athena. Toka, hey Shido, you really are a gentleman. Surprised. Miku, do you serve that goddess? Yoshino, Shido. Shido, sighs, it's true, I'm a knight of Athena and I don't care because my mission is for the armor, but I won't let you or anyone else take the swan armor. His sting grows. Westcott, very well, everyone. They all launched themselves at Shido and the spirits were worried, but Shido, Scarlet Needle. From the sting of his finger came out some red rays that hit them all and immobilized them, but some managed to avoid it, but the girls threw themselves at those who remained, and when they defeated everyone only Westcott remained. Shido, and what do you think? Westcott, well, I have to admit it, but I only have one left, pointing at the hooded man. Well, it's my turn, but I have to make something clear. Westcott, what a thing. I don't listen to a mere mortal. Thug, all shocked. Everyone was astonished to see how the hooded man pierced him, but left him alive since he did not give him an important organ, and he threw some chains that surprised the twins and caused him to destroy both ships. Now no one will be able to interfere with my mission. Westcott, my mission. Yes, and it's because of him, pointing at Shido. Shido, who the hell are you? The hooded man just took off his hood, and they were surprised because he looked like Shido but more adult, but his hair was black. Yashinan, he looks a lot like Shurdan. Toka, hey, two Shidos. You are definitely very surprised, Toka, you look a lot like your mother. All, hey, Toka, what the hell, what are you talking about? Ayay, Toka, it's not easy to say it, I am your father. That left her perplexed since the figure in front of her was her father like everyone else. And that's not all. A light came out that blinded everyone and they saw that he was wearing black armor that looked like a monarch from the Middle Ages. My name is Kronox the Spirit King and I've come to defeat you, Shido of Scorpio. The demonstration of 10 stings and the power of the spirits. Previously in the Golden Saints of Hope, Shido met again with one of the people who left him, but she confessed that she forced them to leave him, and he and she take a date until he met with the others. But the person responsible who had the twin chains arrived, but Shido freed them until they arrived DM for the armor, but a mysterious hooded man who accompanies them said with surprise that he was Thoka's father, and more that he is also a specter of Hades, and more when he put on armor. My name is Kronox the Spirit King and I've come to defeat you, Shido of Scorpio. Everyone was surprised, but Shido was even more surprised to see a specter of Hades. but those who didn't know felt fear because they could feel the atmosphere, which was dense due to the presence of Kronox. Miku, that guy is scared. Natsumi, yes, when we faced him he gave off a fearsome power. Kurumi, and managed to suppress our power. Kronox, exactly, it will take time for him to return. We don't know how long, but there is a very quick way. Shido, I guess it's by defeating you, right? Kronox, yes. Toka, I'll face him. No matter if you're my father, he'll defeat you. It didn't end as Shido extended his arm as a signal for him to stop. Shido, Toka, I will face him. All that. Yuzuru, but Shido, I have to do it since this is a gentleman's duty and I don't want them to get hurt, since they are important to me after 3 years. Everyone was surprised, but tears of happiness came to her eyes when she heard that. Shido, so I'll face him. He was going to move forward, but Toka took Shido's arm and he was surprised that everyone gave him a kiss. All luck. Shido smiles. Thanks, walks. I'm ready. Chronix, you start. Kodori, he's going to die. Shido, Scorpio. A light blinded them, but they saw with surprise Shido with a golden armor, but some details had a tail and sting of a scorpion. All surprised. Miku, with hearts in her eyes. Oh, he's handsome. Kurumi, Era, if that's the case, how will he have it? With a flirtatious look. Yozino, blushes and steams. Yazanan, Yozino reacts upset. Elena, oh, he's very hexy with that armor. I want to take him to mom, but wait for the time when you will no longer be an old maid. Mana/Chain sisters, surprised and excited. Rain, her hands on her chest. Shido, he's just as cute even with that armor. Origami, writes in a notebook but blushes and doesn't express anything. Toka, Shido, blushes. Kodori, it can't be, surprised. Westcott, TSK, he's a knight. Kronox, I'm ready. Knight of Athena, in combat pose. Shido, me too. Chonox, because I won't hold back. Scarlet Needle. From his right nail some red stings came out that headed towards Kronox, but he took out one that repelled them, but one of those stings was fast that passed over his cheek. Kronox, wow, they're fast, hee. This is interesting. Shido, this is just the beginning. Kronox, yes. Both of them launched themselves to start the fight, but Shido threw blows, but he blocked them with spirit powers, but Shido threw needles, but when he was far away. Shido, Scarlet Needle, Antares. He launched the attack, but they saw that it divided and moved very quickly, and they hit him in the arm and in the leg. Kronox, not bad kid, you impress me. Rain, no. Kronox, but smiles. Kurumi, Shido, take care. / Everyone was shocked that behind Shido there was a portal where a spear came out that hit Shido and bled, which made him deactivate the needle to free Kronox. And also, raises thumb. It's a surprise, lowers thumb and makes fist. When he did it, the spear glowed and then exploded, which he threw towards Kronox and made an attack position as it emanated purple rays. Kronox, catastrophe, destruction. He threw a ball of energy that sent him far away and left Shido on the ground and injured. All Shidua. Name, Itsuka Shido. Night, Scorpio. Series, date, alive. Shido tried to get up, but Kronox put his foot on his chest while he complained of the pain. Kronox, boy, you're still a long way from reaching me, since you know I'm the king of the spirits, and you were the spirit container. He grabs him by the neck with some chains. Shido, ugh. Kronox, without a doubt, without the power of spirits it made you weak, throws it. Origami, enough is enough. All the spirits launched themselves at Kronox, but he swept them away as if it were nothing. Kronox, wow, I'm disappointed, you probably didn't train your power. Yeah. He dodges a thrust and sees Toka holding his sword. Toka, I'll defeat you, annoyed. Kronox, my own daughter is fighting, but takes out a giant black sword, with pleasure. Both of them launched themselves to have a sword fight, but it was a little even since Toka seemed not to make Kronox back down. Kronox, you're good, but it seems you didn't train at all, my girl, and I thought you were strong. Toka, don't underestimate me. I'll defeat you. Kronox, what do you think of this? He raised his sword and purple rays emanated from it as he spun until he had it up in the air. Mana, Toka, dodge it. Kronox, rising wave. He launched an energy slash that Toka tried to block, but when it made contact with her sword it caused an explosion that sent her far away and injured, but what most impacted everyone and her is that her sword was broken in half. Kronox, too bad your sword broke, it belonged to your mother. Toka, too bad it broke. She's been cutting enemies for years, but it doesn't matter, prepares an energy. Toka clutched what was left of her sword and tears came out of her eyes. Toka, this sword, I had it when I met him, the love of my life, everything that happened. She begins to remember the moments with Shido, but even when he left, and the date she had today, and it didn't stop her from smiling with tears. Toka, even though I'll die, at least I had one last date with Shido. He sees that the sphere grew bigger and bigger. Toka, goodbye Shido, closes his eyes. Frozen needle. Everyone heard that, and they saw with surprise some small needles that when they hit him in the arm he grabbed it. Everyone surprised. Chain needle. That was heard again, and some chains that were shaped like needles wound him, but the tip of the chains fit him. Chronics. But what? H. That scream was heard, like an echo that sent Cornux flying. Sorry for the wait, Toka. They saw that it was Shido and everyone was happy, but Chronics was stupefied. Chronics. It can't be. If you're wondering why, well, the stinger on his right hand was emanating ice. But that's not the case. Rather, on his left hand he had another stinger that was wrapped in chain. Chronics has another sting. Shido, surprised, I call it art of the spiritual multi-needles, Suneri. Name, Toka Yatagami. Night, none. Series, date alive. Cornox. How can you possibly get more stingers? Unbelieving. Shido. Yes, since I felt the power of the spirits that were still in me and I saw that I can transfer them into the needles, and an easy method was that I can create retractable needles in the nails of my two hands. Chronics, hey, surprised? Origami, incredible. Rain. It's true, takes out a tablet. His powers that are sealed in him are still in his body, but now that he is a knight he is more powerful. All surprised. Miku, I mean darling, is more powerful. Rain, hi, all that's missing is Shido to defeat him. Mana. It's true, Shido will defeat him. All high. Coterie. I mean her sealed powers were still there, but I thought I took them off. I don't understand. Westcott. That boy has the sealed powers of the spirits, it can't be. Shido. Toka. Heals Toka. It's better if I go with the others. They already did what they could with him. Toka, of course, leaves with the others. Shido. Very well, Cornox. Stingers grow on his right hand. Flaming needles. He threw some fire needles, but he was able to evade them, but Shido stabbed him with the stingers of his two hands, and in combat he used the power of the spirits, that he used all the ones he had sealed and made Chronics retreat. Chronics. It's over. Readies his sword, die. They came to their surprise as Shido stopped the sword with just a finger that had a stinger on it. Shido, needle Yatagari. The nail gave a purple shine and sun, something they didn't expect, that was able to cut Chronics' sword but also damaged his armor and left his chest exposed. Chronics, it's not possible. Shido, it's time to finish it. He made a pose with his arms crossed and his hands open, and while emanating cosmos. Coterie, how the hell are you strong? Shido, something you will never understand since you didn't know that my life would change at the moment when that day happened, and even more when I met that person. He starts to remember. Flashback. We can see a very sad young blue-haired man because the people he loved left him. But he sees an old woman who needed support from some friends, and he was able to defeat them although he got some injuries. Old woman, thank you, young man, leaves. Shido, you're welcome. Wow, you are a good young boy. He heard that and saw a man with long blue hair. Shido, who are you? Just a man who was passing by, and I saw how you saved that woman. The truth is that it surprises me that there are still young people with good hearts even though they know they are sad. Shido, how do you know about that? Surprised. I can see it in your eyes, and the truth is, what do you want to do, boy? Shido, the truth, I don't know, I'm still hurt, but because of what I did now I want to have the strength to protect the innocent like heroes do. Hee then I'll take you. Shido, I'm Milo from Escorpio and I was looking for you. Shido, for what? Milo, to become the new Knight of Scorpio. End of flashback. Shido, and I was training for 3 years and I met important friends. We have one like a brother, remembering Izuku, but also a best friend. Flashback. Shido was training his needles, but wow, it looks like you train hard. He sees a black-haired man with slightly tanned skin arrive. Shido, hello, who are you? I am Takashi Komuro, the new Knight of Aquarius. Shido, I'm Atsuka Shido, the new Scorpio. Takashi, nice to meet you, Shido. They both got along so well they trained together for half a year, but they were saying goodbye. Takashi, see you, Shido. I hope we see each other someday. Shido, of course, friend, extends his fist. Takashi, of course, bumps his fist. End of flashback. Shido, and I only have one goal, to protect Athena and the lives of the planet. He emanated a strong hand from Cosmo, and then both hands 10 stingers came out. Shido, style 10 Scorpio needles. Name Milo. Knight EX Scorpio. Series, Saint Seiya. Everyone surprised. Cornox, it can't be, it's impossible. Shido, it's possible if you have a heart to protect, that's what makes you a golden knight, and get ready, Chronics. He launched himself at Chronics. Yozino, Shido, Yashinan, Ryan, Ituska, Elena, Istuka, Kurami, Shido, Yuzura/Kanzuya, Shido, Miku, darling, Mana, brother, Natuzmi, Shido-kun, Origami, Shido. He heard their voices and began to remember the beautiful moments, but Toka, Shido winner winner Shido. He heard her voice, but that made a click that made the memories of what happened with her come to him, and he closed his eyes. Shido. Toka, you were always my light even knowing this, but I still loved you, but now I won't let that damn guy separate us. His needles gave off a flash of colors but with a crimson red tone, and Shido moved so fast that he could be seen anywhere. Chronix, no. Shido. Spiritual scalp needles Antares. The crimson red blur was quick, and then Shido was behind Chronix, but his arms were down. Chronix, you, Shido. End of the duel. Chronix, ahhhhhh. Some stitches came out of his chest. Some jets of blood came out, and he fell to the ground. All surprised, Kodori, stupefied, Westcott, astonished, Shido, J.E. Gain, walks towards Chronix. I think it's over. Then he sees that from Chronix's body came out some aura that entered Kurumi and Natsumi, who got up. Chronix, yes, boy. And you know you're very good, you remind me of myself when I was young. Shido, I can tell since he looks like me but older and has white hair. That's true, my friend. He heard that and looked at Takashi in surprise. Shido. Takashi, what Elizabeth-sama ordered you to help me. Takashi, yes, but I saw the fight and you handled it well. Cornax, a holy pleasure of Aquarius. All, he is a gentleman, surprised. Kodori, it can't be anyone else. Westcott, I don't know how to react. But you noticed that Chronix's body was glowing. Chronix, I guess it's my time, boy. I hope you save this world and most importantly, seize Toka. Take care of my daughter. That surprised him and Toka, who managed to hear, but the next thing made her happy. Shido, don't worry, sir, I promise to take care of her. Toka shed tears of joy. Toka, Shido, Cornax, that's what I want to hear, goodbye, son-in-law. He closed his eyes and disappeared. Shido/Takashi, may you be welcomed in Olympus. Shido sighs, my mission is over, takes the box. It's time to go back. Takashi, of course, open a portal, but first. He almost completely froze Kodori and Westcott and left a camera. Takashi, if you didn't know, record it. Shido, thank you. Yozino, so you're leaving. Shido. Shido, yes, but I was thinking of something. And for you too. All, they see it. Shido, they want to be my wives. All as surprised. Spirit marriage proposal and Aries journey. Previously in the Golden Knights of Hope, the battle between Scorpio Shido against Chronix began. At first Shido had the advantage, but Chronix took Shido by surprise. Her friends launched themselves believing that they would defeat him, but they failed until Toka decided to face him, but the result devastated her since her father broke his sword in half, believing that he lost. But Shido got up and demonstrated a new art of Scorpio, which was to have retractable needles with the sealed powers of the spirits, leaving him as the winner, and he promised Chronix to protect his daughter and completing the mission. But Shido, they want to be my wives. All as surprised, they were all astonished by the proposal that Shido made them. It must be said that they were impressed as well as the Aquarius saint. Takashi, wow, I didn't expect that one. Rain, you're speaking Zero. Shido. Shido, completely hee. Origami, you say that you want us to get married, excited. Yuzuru, we will be Shido's women, happy. Each one had a happy expression, but Toka walked but with a broken sword. Shido, Toka, your sword broke. Toka, hi, but it's special, you know this sword. Shido yes, you had it when we met, and you arrived. Toka, yes, but as time passed they were the best times of my life with you, and to tell the truth it makes me feel very happy what we spent together and more that you came back. She sees him smiling. Shido smiles, of course, and you also have strength, that is, from your body or someone else. Yoshino, why? Shido, because falls on his back to the ground. All Shido, worried. Miku, darling, are you okay? Tell me. Shakes him and cries comically. Takashi, don't worry, he's just exhausted. Natsumi, exhausted, but I feel like he has energy. Confused. Shido, what happens is that when I use the multi-spiritual needle style it uses some energy, but when I use the 10 it leaves me exhausted. All understanding. Takashi, well, for now I'll take the armor with Elizabeth-sama while you catch up with me. Shido, okay. Takashi entered the portal and Shido was slowly getting up little by little, but the girls were helping him, and they were heading towards the portal. But Oni-chan. They heard that and saw that it was Kodori. Shido, what do you want? Kodori, serious. Kodori, wait, don't go and come back if you want. Please, I need you to seal the spirits and rebuild everything. Shido, you think I don't know what you're up to, stupid brat, annoyed. Kodori, surprised, but why do you say that? Shido, because I know you want to rebuild your association and seal the spirits, annoyed. Kodori, but, Shida, nothing, I will not forgive you for what you did and especially forcing Kagaya and Yuzuru. I will never forgive that you are alone and I never want to hear from you, annoyed. It must be said that Kotori was crying since she realized what she had done. Westcott, Elena, get me out of here and let's get started. Elena, you better start now because I'll never be with a disgusting stalker, but Shido is a better man than you. Hugging Shido. Westcott, you'll pay for this, Itsuka Shido. Shido, I doubt it since the judge is waiting for you. After that they go to the portal and when it closes the authorities arrived. They didn't know what happened but they found Takashi's camera and from it they saw what happened with Kotori's confession, the arrival of Westcott and Chronix and Shido's fight. Police 1, well this confirms it. Police 2, yes take them boys. They, with the help of the heroes, took Kotori and Westcott in a truck to take them away. Policeman 1, wow, it looks like the knights are very strong. Police 2, yes. But it was also reported in Tokyo and in another city a battle between a knight was reported, but one of them had horns on his shoulders. Policeman 1, wow, hero, but I have a feeling the green-haired boy is something special for Athena. Police 1, Leo's knight did hear that he hit Endeavor. Police 2, well, let's go see our prisoners. They retreated but what they didn't know is that Class B saw the whole fight and were surprised. Pony, oh my god, did you see that? Tetsu, yes, that knight showed great surprising power. Yui, so that's the power of the Scorpio Knight. Monoma, hee hee, I think I'll beat him, knocks him out. Kendo, I'm fed up with your teasing, I had to put up with it for 3 damn years, annoyed. Setsuna, let's go and confess everything or surely the knight will confess to his goddess the plans of Endeavor but we will only say that we did it to be with Izuku. Tetsu, he's my friend but let's go now that this mission is over. Ibara, yes, let's go home. They started walking but Kendo had in mind. Kendo, when I get back and they confess everything I'll move to Greece to be with you little lion, with a malicious smile. Name, Takashi Komuro. Knight, Aquarius. Series, High School of the Dead. In the sanctuary, from there was the portal where Takashi opened it, and from there Shido and his fiancées came out. When they arrived, they were amazed by the place because it was the most beautiful thing they had ever seen. Miku, wow this place is beautiful, with stars in her eyes. Mana, incredible. Rain, amazing and the people here, seeing the townspeople greeting him. Shido, well, thanks to the Hero Society, a pact was signed by the Greek government so that many people would go to the sanctuary, and it would become a metropolis more or less. Toka, oh each look at those stands drooling. Origami, you and your hunger. Toka, do not disturb. Shido, sees the scene and sighs, wow, it seems that these 3 years never change. Kagaya, well yes. Yuzuru, either of them changed anything. Yoshino, by the way Shido where do you live? Yashinan, that's right Shido where do you live? Shido, there it is. He pointed at the houses of the zodiac that left them with eyes as big as saucers and their mouths to the ground since they saw the houses and the stairs. Miku, you live there. Shido, they are actually the houses of the Golden Saints. Elena, and which house is yours? Shido, it is the 8th house that is after Libra and before Sagittarius. Kurumi, Era, Shido is really far away. Natsumi, and we're going up. Shido, yes, I really need to rest, let's go up. Toka, it will be fun besides it won't be harmful no. 2 hours later, we can see Shido arriving home. Shido, well I'm here girls now. It didn't end yet, the girls were crawling towards there and they looked dead, which left Shido sweating as he saw that Kurumi and Natsumi had gone through a portal. Shido, true even though they are strong, one is weak, but they are women. I see you brought visitors Shido. He heard that, and saw that a person he knew had arrived. Shido, and Milo-sensei surprised. All sensei surprised? Milo, wow, I see you fulfilled your mission since Takashi told me the details and more the art you used really surprises me. Shido, he, the truth is I had to use it since it was the moment he, Scratch is the only one. Milo, but the other knights also have new arts it's definitely your work Izuku. Year, he listens to that and sees that it was Toka who spoke. Toka, you are Shido's teacher. Milo, yes and also the former Scorpio Knight. Yoshino, and tell us how strong Shido is. Milo, well you could say that one of the strongest of this generation but nobody surpasses the Kurumi. And who is the strongest? Milo, the strongest is the current Leo Saint along with the Gemini Saint. Shido sensei, I have to say something about what happened on the mission. Milo, and what is it? Curious. Shido, that I met Class B of UA seriously. Milo surprised. Name Milo. Knight EX Scorpio. Series, Saint Seiya. Milo, since UA Class B was there. Shido, yes they were for the armor. Milo, TCH what's wrong with that rat? Do I want to break Athena's deal? Shido, no, it wasn't Nisa's rather Endeavor convinced them. Milo, This is the last straw. First he insults Athena and now he buys to keep the armor. This is making me so angry, annoyed, Shido. I'm sorry too, but it's better to inform Elizabeth-sama about this. It is not necessary. See that Elizabeth arrived and surprised everyone because she was very beautiful. Shido, Elizabeth-sama. Elizabeth. Well, what you haven't noticed is that Kazuto arrived and told me that Class A was also going for the armor by order of Endeavor. Shido. Hey Kazuto. Back from his mission, surprised. Elizabeth. He came back but he is very hurt, but Izuku brought him back. Shido. So she sent Izuku to get him. Well, I don't deny it. They're both friends and brothers. But he would also be Elizabeth-sama's brother-in-law. Elizabeth sees the girls. So they are your suitors, Shido. All they recover. Shido. Yes, they are my wives. But I still need to ask for a wedding proposal. Nervous. Shido's harem. I want to get married. Excited. Elizabeth. So it will be a double wedding. Milo. Hey, double? Elizabeth. Well, you can't imagine, but Kazuto proposed marriage to the girl who came out. Shido/Milo. Milo. So Hina already has a mother. Wow, that's new, but happy for her. Shido. Yes, I'm also happy for her. Hehe. By the way, Haru, Asta and Naofumi haven't returned yet. Elizabeth. No, we didn't hear anything from them. But, Elizabeth-sama. They heard that and saw that Yuji arrived, but with a Pandora box. Shido. You're back, Yuji. Elizabeth. And you're wearing the Andromeda armor, but and Haru. Yuji. That's why I came. Haru came back but with serious injuries. All astonished. Shido. Don't tell me he fought with a specter. Yuji. Yes, but that specter almost matched him and also defeated him with a new technique and art. Milo. Another art of fighting of his own. Mana. Perhaps that specter was so strong that it left him almost dead. Shido. I have to see it. Elizabeth. Me too. They went down until they reached Aries' house, where before entering they could see some people they didn't know, but Shido. So they must know Haru. It can't be. He got like that because there was a stretcher where Haru was with serious injuries and a breathing apparatus. Shido. What happened to you, Haru, and rather who did you fight against? Name, Yuji Kazami. Night, Pisces. Series name, Grisea. With Haru, a few hours ago. At the airport of a city in Tokyo we can see a chestnut tree coming out of there and contemplating the city. Haru. Well, I'm back. Well, I'll see what happened. He was walking while looking for signs of the armor, but he noticed that people were looking at him strangely. And he noticed that he was using his cell phone, and he didn't have the device they had. Haru. That's true, I don't use that neck device anymore. Touching his neck. It was painful, but it was for the best since that wouldn't share with the cosmos to be a knight. I'd better continue with my mission to get the armor. Where is that armor? Haru. He hears that and sees two heroes who have a map. Haru. Perhaps they're going for the armor. I'd better go unnoticed. Haru was about to leave, but Hero 2. Hey, that kid, he doesn't have a device. Haru carries me. Hero 1. Maybe he's a tourist. Hero 2. But in the cities they give you that, but he doesn't have something fits. Haru. Sorry, but star extinction. He launched his attack on the heroes, but not enough to leave them on the ground. Hero 2. Perhaps you are a gentleman. Haru. And what are these heroes doing here? Are they coming for the armor? Annoyed. Hero 1. Yes, but we had no choice. Haru. Maybe they were forced. Surprised. Hero 2. High Endeavor forced us since he has us, threatening that if we don't give him the armor, he will go after our families and children. Haru. Damn you, Endeavor, don't worry, I'll do something. Both. Haru. When I return to the sanctuary I will tell Athena to protect her family since I think they will do something to her with Endeavor. Hero 1. Seriously. Hero 2. Would you do that? Haru. Of course I wouldn't let an innocent family suffer because of a tantrum. Hero 1. Hey, who are you? Haru. I am Haruyuki, the Knight of Aries. Hero 2. We thank you, Aries Knight. With all our hearts, we thank you. Haru. You better go home, you'll be safe. Both heroes praise you, Knight of Aries. They leave Haru behind while people pass by and do nothing, or rather, they don't pay attention. Haru. He sighs. While it felt good to help others, this makes me proud to be a Knight of Athena and even more so to be an Aries. I'm sure Mu-sensei is very proud, and even more so the day he found me. He began his search but found nothing. But then he ended up in a park near an apartment complex. Haru. While this was my home, sees the place. For sure they bought it when my mother died. Sad. But I won't be sad now I'm a knight, and I will fulfill my mission and grum. Haru. He heard that sound and realized it was his stomach. Haru. That's true, I haven't eaten anything since I left the airport, and I only had breakfast when I left. Well, one meal doesn't hurt. A gentleman doesn't fight on an empty stomach. He feels someone following him, and he pretends not to know but then stops. Haru, you know it's bad that you follow someone, don't you think? He said it because behind him was a person riding a motorcycle but wearing a helmet. Did you notice it? Haru, yes, since you followed me since I spoke with those heroes. But the truth is it was to be expected of you, blood leopard. So it's you, Haru. Haru, yes, and also, turns around, I'm glad to see you, smiles, Mihaya. The acquaintance only took off her helmet and showed a black-haired woman who then sees Haru. Mihaya, I'm also very happy to see you, Erita smiles. But what they didn't know was that in the distance a figure was watching Haru. I didn't expect the Ares Knight to be her servant, but I'll see what you do, Silver Crow. Chatting with Ares and remembering the accelerators. We can see a black-haired woman sitting on a bench, but she had a sad face. It's been 3 years since I last saw you, but it's not the same without you. She showed a screen where she appears but young and accompanied by a short, chubby boy. Where are you, Haru? Come back, starts to cry. But what she didn't expect is that in the distance there was a figure watching her. Finally, I'll get revenge on you, Lotus, when I go for the Andromeda armor. Leaves, with Haru, in a cafeteria-type coffee shop. Inside was the Ares Knight along with his friend in a maid costume who gave him a coffee and a cake. Mihaya, I hope you enjoyed, Erita. Haru, of course, drinking the coffee. Ah, how I miss this coffee and the cakes here. The truth is I miss them. Mihaya, like me to you. Haru, hey, what are you talking about? Mihaya, the truth is we all miss you because when you left many never did the same again. Haru, I see. How are they now? Mihaya, Taku and Chiyu are in their first year of college like the others, but Nico is in high school. Haru, ah well, good for her. I hope she doesn't spend her time ing and acting like a good girl with any idiot. Mihaya, but that's how you were. Haru, don't remind me, with a serious and gloomy voice. Mihaya, wow, this Haru is not a Lilicon from before. I like that attitude. Haru, that brat drove me crazy with her good girl act. Actually, she's a little devil. Irritated. If I saw her, I'd teach her a lesson for pretending to be one, and the punishment would be what I learned from the knights that would hurt her, and it doesn't matter if she's younger than me, I'll give her that. Mihaya, and also Haru, you're like him. Haru, reacts who? Mihaya, this. She makes a few movements but stops. Mihaya, but why don't I send it to you? Haru, ah, I understand, okay, showing the back of his neck. Mihaya, like surprised. Haru, they removed it, and the operation was painful. Mihaya, it can't be. Haru, although from what you told me it's about this, showing the video of Izuku against Yuri with his phone. Mihaya, yes, but what is this thing? Touching the phone. Haru, it's a cell phone. A drop comes out and he saves it. And secondly, yes, I'm a knight and I came for the armor they found. Mihaya, well, I know where the armor is. Haru, where? Mihaya, well, it's in Nico's high school. But it's your old high school. Haru, in my secondary school because surprised. Mihaya, well, today is the school cultural festival and they will have the armor there as an exhibition. Haru, they will have it. Wait, they will all come, that is, the accelerators. Mihaya, there they are. Haru, it would be better to go because it is unknown if Endeavor will be there to take the armor or if a Hades specter might attack. Stands up. Mihaya, where are you going? Haru, I'll go for the armor, though I know you'll go, so let's go. Mihaya, of course. They both got on Mihaya's motorcycle but didn't notice a figure watching them. That was Erita. He changed a lot, but KG, complaining of the pain. I must tell him and the others that he is back, but he wants revenge on Lotus. I must reach them before KG he gets there for her. Please help us, Crow. Haru, I beg you. The figure flew away in a flash of white light but didn't realize someone was watching it. He's already guiding me towards the armor, but also to Lotus, although the grand prize, a knight of Athena. I'll go for it. Haru, the previous Silver Crow. The figure left through a dark portal, but as she was leaving, heavy metal footsteps were heard and a light reflected off a piece of red armor, and she went to the portal, and it closed. Name, Haruyuki Erita. Knight Ares. Series XL World. With Haru. The Ares Knight and the maid Accelerator were traveling on her motorcycle, but she noticed that Haru was serious. Mihaya, Erita, I have a question. Haru, sure, tell me. Mihaya, as she is the goddess that is spoken of in the history of the knights, I heard that she is reincarnated. Haru, yes, she is reincarnated when the forces of evil tried to destroy the world and its inhabitants, and the knights we trained to protect, and also Athena. Mihaya, I mean they're his bodyguards. Haru, I don't know if I should say it like that since she's always with the patriarch, although she dreams of being with Izuku and Tatsuya's sister the luck of a lion. Mihaya, and also what a gentleman you are. Haru, I'm the first constellation of the zodiac, Ari. Mihaya, and they don't have a pig. Haru, ha, funny, sarcastic. Mihaya, you know you've changed, Erita. Haru, well, with time you change people. Mihaya, well, that's true, and you've also changed a lot. I mean, how are you now? Haru, yes, looks forward, we're there. She sees that they arrived at Haru's old high school and he looks at her with nostalgia. Haru, it's been so long since I remembered this place, and even more the teasing I received, hee. But he sees a lot of people coming for the festival, and of course he sees a lot of heroes coming in. Haru, it seems the heroes here want to see the festival. Mihaya, if we better go look for that armor you're looking for so much. Haru, sure, let's go. They entered the academy, although Haru felt uncomfortable because the students there saw him blushing and with hearts in his eyes. Not pupils but a heart instead of eyes. And he laughed nervously. Haru, hee. It really changed a lot, nervous. They walked for a while but arrived at the backyard where Haru found her. Haru, there's the armor. Mihaya, how strange where that box came from. Haru, that doesn't matter, I'd better take it. Hey, it's not possible, Mihaya, what are you doing here? Haru heard that voice and saw a short girl with red pigtails, but Haru was reminding him. Mihaya, hello Nico. Haru, wait, that girl, she's the little demon Nico, what was missing? Annoyed, Nico, don't tell me that, and also who is that boy who looks familiar to me? Haru, well, I come from the Department of Greece and well. Mihaya, but you didn't say you were taking the Erita armor. Haru, hey, you don't have to. Nico, how are you? He saw something he never thought he would see in his life, Nico starting to cry that started to make him nervous and alert. Haru doesn't fall for that, maybe it's one of his dirty games. Nico, really it's you, Haru. Haru sighs, it's been a while, Red King, seriously. Mihaya, believe it or not, Nico is actually Haru and he's a CA. She's covered by Haru's hand that has him in her mouth. Haru, don't say anything, I forgot that woman has a loose mouth. Nico, Haru, it's good to hear from you. Haru, aha, really, arching an eyebrow. Nico, surely he's upset about my childish attitude, I guess with this I can change him. Well, Haru, I see something. Haru, what, you don't have anything on your neck? Haru, no, not really, and besides, you're the only one here. I just hope not everyone is here. How will I explain to them if Mihaya is a loose mouth and reveals that I'm a knight? Nico, the truth is, you can leave now. Haru didn't understand, but he saw that behind her there were some people that he recognized. Everyone, Haru, surprised. Haru, now the gang here, no doubt fate hates me. But in the distance a black-haired girl was going to the yard, but she sees Haru to have a face of great surprise. Perhaps tears come out. You came back, Haru. Name, Keiki Mihaya. Series, Excel World. Taku, Haru, it's really you. Haru, Taku, Chiyu, it's been a while. Chiyu, it's really you, with tears of joy. Fuko, Haru-san, it's really you, happy. Haru, hello Fuko, how are you? Akira, I see you're back. Erita smiles. Utai, Haru, you are here. Haru, hi Utai, I see you study here. Go to Mihaya, why didn't you tell me? Mihaya, you didn't ask, with a wooden face. Haru, a drop comes out. Haru, he heard that and felt a hug to see a green-haired girl that he recognized. Haru, Rin, is you. Rin, it's me, happy. Haru, wow, you look the same. By the way, I'm sorry about Ash. Feeling sorry. Rin, calm down. Besides, when it was Ash with his account, I felt like he was with me and I felt good, and for sure he's protecting me. Haru smiles. Mihaya, although I find it strange that he tries to kill you for getting close to her or hurting her. Haru, don't talk, flea cat. Everyone's surprised. Chiyu, wow, I never thought I heard what Haru said. Surprised. Akira, me either. He was the most shy and innocent of the group. Utai, what have you done these 3 years? Nico, hey Haru, where have you been these 3 years? Mihaya sees Haru. Haru looks at him seriously. Mihaya, well, he is in the government of Greece where they help the knights along with the green-haired knight who fought in the UA. Taku, that's true. Haru, surprised. Haru, of course, I almost thought he was going to drop the bomb. Haru, they heard that voice and saw a black-haired girl wearing black clothes. Haru was surprised to see her but stood firm. Haru, senpai, it's been a while. Kuruyuki Haim, Haru, it's true, it's you. Haru, of course, I see that you're still the same. Kuruyukim, well, you have changed. You're no longer short and you've lost weight. Oh, and he's handsome. Looking at Haru. Haru, well, since I went to Greece I decided to change my appearance, and so I wouldn't be a saint if I were fat. Kuruyukim, but Haru, I want to tell you something. Haru, and what would that be, senpai? Kuruyukim, it's something I want to tell you, and the truth. Crow. They heard that and saw that a light came that caught everyone's attention, and they were surprised to see an angel, but wounded until some accelerators told the angel, who came by name accelerators, as Stratos. But the aforementioned raises her gaze to say, Stratos, I was looking for you so that you could help me. Crow faints. All Stratos. Haru, what happened? But near the academy a figure saw them. The time has come, Knight of Ares, the Golden Knights of Hope. Everyone watched and the heroes approached Stratos, but Haru approached. Chiyu, what happened to Stratos? Utai. But what is she doing here if she is in the accelerator world? Akira. But look at those wounds, they look strong. Taku. They think she is. They were worried, but Haru watched her closely. Haru. I feel evil Cosmos, perhaps a specter, but I can cure her, but it doesn't matter. It's time. Puts his hands in front of Stratos. Kuruyukiheim. What are you doing, Haru? Haru this. He began to emanate his Cosmo, which surprised everyone. Hero 1. He is a knight. Heroine 1. Yes, it is like the Saint of Leo. His friends were surprised, but even more so when they saw that Stratos's wounds were healing and without leaving any. Rin. Haru, how did he do that? Mihaya. Well, the truth is, Haru, I am a knight of Athena. Accelerators surprised. Nico. Moment Mihaya, you knew it, pointing at her. Mihaya, yes, but Erita didn't want them to know. Oh well, yes. They heard that and saw that Stratos had woken up. Stratos. Friends, where is Crow? Haru, this is Stratos. She sees Haru and seconds later hugs him, making the girls jealous. Stratos. Crow, it's you, separates. I missed you and I was worried. Haru. Wow, that's weird to hear from you. Stratos. Yh and Y8 annoyed. Haru. I don't know, maybe because you were shouting and ordering me around all the time, squinting. Stratos. Hey, looks at the others. Accelerators _nod. Stratos. Ahem. Leaving that aside, they must flee. Taku. What's going on? Stratos. A person is coming. It's too late. They heard that and they saw something that shocked them, and it was a red robot wearing a red metal hat. Taku. It can't be. Nico. No, it's possible. Kuruyukiheim. This can't be. Chiyu. Who is he? Haru. He is Red Rider, the former Red King. Chiyu, as surprised. Red Rider. Hello, Black Lotus, long time no see. Kuruyukiheim. But how is it that? Red Rider. Let's just say someone brought me here and with a computer girl that I used as bait. Haru. You hurt Stratos to lure us in, annoyed. Red Rider. Sure, Silver Crow, but looks at Nico. You are the new Red King, I never thought a girl would be it. Nico, with veins. Red Rider. No matter what comes next in my plan, give me the Andromeda armor. Pointing at the armor. Haru. It will be over my dead body, Rider. Taku. Girls, what are you doing? Stratos. Crow went crazy. Red Rider. Very well. But you'll be the first to see it. Haru. But they see that Red Rider gave off a black aura. Haru. That's it. But Red Rider changed some parts of them to black and also parts of a warrior until showing a black and red armor a little high. Spikes and horns on the hat that looked like a saw. Red Rider. I am now Dark Rider Disaster, and it is time for our battle, Knight of Ares. The Battle of the Golden Holy King. Previously in the Golden Saints of Hope, Haru along with Mihaya, or known as Blood Leopard, she took him where the armor was and was in Haru's old high school. But what she did not tell is that a cultural festival was being held there, and also when she found the armor her former group also arrived, which were the Accelerators and a person who did not expect to meet, who was Kuroyukim, Black Lotus. Everything was a surprise, but a program that Haru knew arrived, which was Stratos, who was seriously injured, to show with great surprise that the former Red King did it alive, and in the end show a new appearance implying that it is a specter. Red Rider. I am now Dark Rider, and it is time for our battle, Knight of Ares. Everyone was very astonished at the power that Dark Rider now gave off. Haru. It's incredible that Red Rider is a specter, but how is it possible that they transferred him to the real world just like Stratos, but I won't let him take the armor. Dark Rider. Well, Knight. Haru, of course. Kuroyukim. Haru, wait, you can't beat him. Taku. It's true, it's dangerous. Haru. They won't stop me since it's my duty as a Knight of Athena. Chiyu. But Haru. Dark Rider. Ash, better I'll eliminate them. He threw a dark fireball that headed towards them, but Haru. Glass barrier. It appeared as a golden barrier that blocked the attack and returned it to Dark Rider, although he repelled it by sending it upwards, causing an explosion. Everyone surprised. Accelerators amazed. Dark Rider. So you decided to do it? Haru. Yes, and what I will say is Ares. Haru surrounded by a golden glow to show that he had armor with sheep horns around his neck as if it were decoration. Everyone surprised. Girls blush. Metratone. Crow, how do you have that? Haru. I don't have time to explain. Goes to Dark Rider. I guess we'll do this the brain burst way, right? Dark Rider. Sure, Crow, but instead of points this is a battle. You'll also like. Haru. To the death. That worried his friends because he said it would be a fight to the death. Nico. What are you saying, Haru? Haru. The duty of a knight is to fight and not give up until one of the two falls or dies. Seriously. I learned that in the Accelerator world, so if he dies, clenches his fist, I will die like a knight, and I will not die until I defeat the enemy for my goddess. Everyone was surprised by those words, but especially the accelerators. But they were exalted since he said that he didn't care if he died in combat. But a black-haired woman was terrified if that happened. Dark Rider. Good words, and I'm surprised you're not afraid of him, but when you were in Brain Burst you weren't afraid of losing. Haru. The truth is, yes, I was afraid of losing my memories there. Since I met people, I made friends, we fought great battles, but we also had differences. My fear was losing that and forgetting my friends, but now that I am a knight I am not afraid of death. Just by defeating and seeing people safe from evil, that is what a golden knight does for the safety of the world and his goddess. Everyone surprised. Dark Rider. Then, in combat position. Let's go. Ares leads. Haru. Of course. Dark Rider jumps. Accelerator. Haru. Crow returns. Haru ignored it and headed towards Dark Rider while he emanated Cosmo in his fist, and Dark Rider also emanated Cosmo in his fist. Haru Aya. Dark Rider. Gra. They began to scream while preparing the blow to later crash them, and while they applied pressure, and from this came rays and with a cosmos glow. Haru. It's already started. Dark Rider. Santo vs. X-King's battle. Both for the armor to death. And so began the battle of both. Name, Haruyuki Arata. Night Ares. Series XL World. In another part of the city, the Saint of Pisces could be shown walking around the city. Yuji. So this is Haru's hometown. From what I see, many people use that thing to do everything. Sighs. Well, to find Haru, surely he found the Andromeda armor. He continued walking but noticed everyone's looks that looked at him strangely, but he ignored it, and then went to an officer. Yuji. Excuse me, officer. Officer. I can help you, young man. Yuji. If by chance you know where a kind of pink totem is. Official. There it is in a high school nearby. In fact, today is the cultural festival. Yuji. Okay, thanks, it will be Haru's high school. Boom. They heard that, but the officer sees something. Official. It can't be. Yuji. What's up? Officer. There at school a golden knight is fighting against a kind of black and silver robot. You better go. Leaves. Yuji. Sir, wait, I feel Haru's Cosmo, and an evil Cosmo realizes there is no Haru, runs away. With Haru, the schoolyard was a little destroyed as Haru and Dark Rider continued fighting at first in hand-to-hand combat, but they started launching Cosmo attacks, but they blocked and evaded them while everyone saw that. Utai, it makes me nervous that this is real. Foko, me too. Akira, yes, since now Arata is a knight and is fighting with the previous Red King, but he also has Haru's power. Rin, but I'm afraid that Haru will die. Taku, you're not the only one. Chiyu, Haru. Kuroyukim, Haru, I have to. Haru jumps. Try this star extinction. He began to shine with flashes like stars that headed towards Dark Rider, who used his Cosmo to repel them, but some hit him little by little but stopped. Dark Rider, you'll need more than that. See that it wasn't where it was. Yuji. Everyone was surprised because Haru was in front of Dark Rider and hit the specter's chest. Fuko. Haru moved quickly, surprised. Akiro, amazing, moving his glasses. Dark Rider, how? Haru raised his other arm and a drooping ring was formed from it. Haru, Stardust Revolution. He launched a filler attack at the specter that sent it flying towards some trees, where everyone was astonished by Haru's display of power. Mahaya. Wow, Arata has incredible power. Nico, Great Oni. Haru, I'm not your Oni-chan. I won't fall for that girl. Nico, with a depressive aura. Now he doesn't want to be my Oni-chan. Accelerators. A drop comes out. Kuruyukiheim. Haru since sees Dark Rider, is still conscious. Dark Rider, wow, you're strong, kid. Haru. I see you know what a gentleman knows, right? Dark Rider. Yes, but not precocious. Haru, Sloz. All astonished. Everyone was like that, and how too, because he felt a little pain, and noticed that he had a wound on his abdomen. Haru, like Slithian. There was a sound of something sharp screeching on the ground to show that he had a red sword, that the accelerators knew him. Haru, that sword is from Moment, are you perhaps? Dark Rider, if you better look. They saw that two red gems appeared, one on his chest and the other on his helmet. Dark, I possess Chrome Disaster's armor. All astonished. Taku, Chrome Disaster, terrified. Nico, it can't be, it also has that. Haru, how come? Dark Rider, well, let's just say that Hades-sama gave me this as a gift to increase and finish off Lotus, but extends his sword. I'll start with you, knight. He began to advance very quickly that Haru could not avoid the cuts since they were fast, but Dark Rider was in front of him and seemed to keep the sword. He did not understand, but he sees that his body where the cuts were began to shine. Haru, oh no. Dark Rider, J.E. blood, sheathes the sword, splash, splash, Kaya. Screams were heard when they saw that Haru was like blood coming out of him, which left him a little exhausted, and the accelerators were horrified to see that, but more the girls and Kuroyuki, but they see that Dark Rider emanated Cosmo in his fist. Dark Rider, disaster, launches doom. He threw a punch that caused a wave of dark energy that sent Haru flying, and he fell to the ground while blood came out of him. Accelerators. Haru. Name, Yuji Kazami. Night Pisces. Series, Grisea. In the Sanctuary, Elizabeth. Almost falls. Shaka. Elizabeth-sama, what's up? Elizabeth. It's Haru, he's seriously injured by a very evil Cosmo, just like Kazuto and Shido. Shaka. Do you think they're fighting ghosts? Elizabeth. I fear that, but I also think that Asta and Naofumi themselves are facing off against specters, worried. But Dad is strong. It's true. They heard that voice and saw that there were two children, one with platinum hair and the other with pink hair. Elizabeth, Mars, Fana, what are you doing here? Sorry, Elizabeth-sama, it was my fault. They see that a slightly reddish redhead arrived who had a small lump in her belly. Shaka, so you're taking care of them, Amain. Amain, yes, Asta asked me to take care of them and I accepted. Mars, Dad is very strong and I don't think he'll die. Appearance of Mars. Fana, it's true, Dad is very strong, just like Tito Naofumi. Fana's appearance. Elizabeth. Jum, you're right, both of you are very strong, so let's hope your father returns safely. Smiles. By the way, what were you doing? Amain. Well, Mars got nervous when Latina appeared with Inko SA. Mars, I'm fine, blushes and is nervous. Fana. Mars has a girlfriend. Mars has a girlfriend. Mars, Jaya ate, all embarrassed and blushing. Those present laughed a lot when they saw the child's reaction. Elizabeth. You're right. Asta is very strong with Naofumi. I hope all three of them are okay. NT, if you're going to ask why Elizabeth said that about Kazuto and Shido, since in each chapter she said a few hours before Kazuto's battle that he is divided by a period of time, well, let's continue. With Haru. Kuruyuki-hime, Haru. She went to where Haru was. Kuruyuki-him, Haru. Haru, get up. He moves him but he doesn't move. Haru, ha. Tears start to come out. Haru, don't leave me. Between breaks. Everyone was crying because they couldn't believe that Haru, the person they wanted to see again, died, and some girls couldn't stop crying and broke down in tears. Metatone. Approaches Crow. This is not the time for games. Get up, shakes him but without receiving a response. I'm talking to you, please, please. Tears come out. Haru, no, breaking. Dark Rider. Well, the Black King became sentimental. Perhaps are you devastated to see your beloved die in front of your eyes? Perhaps doesn't he seem familiar to you? She sees her hands that were stained with Haru's blood and she remembers when she beheaded Red Rider in front of her girlfriend, and then she sees Haru's dead body. Kuruyuki-hime. No, Haru, no. Starts crying. No, Haru. Senpai. She began to remember the moments she spent with Haru, but one that she didn't like. Flashback. Chiyu. Hey, then what will you do with Haru, since well it's possible that she will confess to you? Kuroyukim. Honestly, I'm not sure since you know what he's like. Fuko. And in what way? Kuroyukim. You see, before I met him I thought that he would be a boy who would do everything for a girl, and I thought it would be easy for him to understand, and well, I was manipulated. She was terrified when she heard that, and saw Haru in front of them crying. Kuroyukim. Haru, wait, no. Haru steps back and runs away crying. Kuroyukim, Haru. She tried to look for him, but she found out that he left the country, and without saying anything that destroyed them because she blamed herself. End of flashback. Kuroyukim. Sniff, Haru, I don't know if you can hear me, but I want you to know, grabs the corpse's cheeks, that I love you, kisses the corpse. Everyone started to cry since it seemed that Kuroyukim was going to sacrifice herself with Haru. Dark Rider. Well, if you want to be with him, prepares his sword, goodbye, jumps. Everyone did not want her to die, but she stood up, stretching out her arms while closing her eyes, waiting for death. Kuroyukim, Haru, remembers Haru's smile. I hope that in the hereafter to be together. Smiles with tears. Pew. Something happened that shocked everyone, but Kuroyukim didn't know what happened. That she opened her eyes to be astonished to see that Dark Rider had gone centimeter, but she saw a light. She was daring him. But I'm glad you feel the same, Sally. NT. Not her name, so I'll put that. She was completely stunned as she saw that Haru was next to her, still with his wounds, but she noticed that his hand was shining as if it were a sword, but that sent Dark Rider flying, leaving him with a wound. Dark Rider, you, sees Haru's hand. You how? Haru, my crow's skill, does a sword pose, Silver Star. The steelworkers were astonished at what they were seeing, although they were happy to see that Haru was okay, although they worried about his injuries. Kuroyuki, Haru. Metratone, Crow perhaps. Haru, I can still move, but I have to finish this, in fighting pose. Nico, you're crazy. At this rate you'll die since your first damage. Haru, you forget that when I was Crow I was at risk of being erased, but now that I'm a knight, if I have to die, so be it. Taku, Haru, don't say that. Chiyu, yes Haru, we don't want to lose you. Haru, I know you don't like that, but it's my duty as a knight of Athena. I won't rest until I recover the Andromeda armor if it costs my life. Activating the star blades. Dark Rider, if you want to die, so be it. He began to throw slashes, but Haru with her blades began to repel them and also shoot that were fast that Dark Rider could not dodge them, and also receiving some kicks from Haru that had golden cosmos that surprised everyone, but the accelerators reached him an image of a silver robot that kicked and throwing some blue blades of light. Taku, aren't those movements when it's Silver Crow? Chiyu, that's true. Mihaya, maybe now that he's a knight he decided to train his old brain burst combat style. Butai, it's like seeing Crow in person but in real life. Sally, Kuroyukim, sees him as Silver Crow. Haru. He continued fighting Dark Rider and had the advantage with his blows while blocking the slashes Dark Rider wanted to give, but Haru jumped to say, Haru's Celestial Star Blades. He threw many golden blades that Dark Rider suffered a lot but approached to give him a slash, but thin. The Spectre was very stunned, as well as the accelerators, since Chrome Disaster's sword was broken in half since Haru cut it with his blades. Dark Rider, it can't be like you. Haru, something that the Spectres or accelerators do not understand. You let yourselves be carried away by the power that you do not know when to give up, since you do not accept when defeat is near. Punches a fist in the chest. Dark Rider, Aag. Haru, and this battle ends now. He raised a leg from which a golden ring emerged while cosmos emanated. Haru, kick of dust Estellaire. He kicked him so hard that Dark Rider screamed in pain that afterward a pit appeared in his chest that left everyone stunned at what he did. Utai, I beat him. Rin, hi, I beat him. Nico, no need to declare victory. Chrome Disaster may regenerate into Haru. Mihaya, hi. Everyone was attentive while Haru was still in the kick pose while he watched Dark Rider, so that he took the knight's leg with great difficulty while trembling. Dark Rider, so this is what death feels like. Haru, of course, since you are in the real world it was likely that you felt it. Dark Rider, hey, you're right, and you know it was a good battle. Looks up while seeing that inside the helmet was a smile. Please be stronger and save the world, Ares Haruyuki. They saw that Dark Rider's body turned into particles of light and disappeared completely. Chuyu, he is. Haru, he's already in the other world, sees the sky. Goodbye, Red Rider. Everyone approached to hug him, but Haru falls to the ground, which worried them. But, wow Haru, you did that, you impress me. They heard that and saw that Yuji arrived. Sally, who are you and how do you know Haru? Yuji, oh, what a character. Anyway, my name is Yuji Kazami. I am the Knight of Pisces, a friend of Haru. Akira, you are a gentleman, surprised. Yuji, yes, but I have to take the armor and Haru's since he fulfilled his mission. Fuko, you say that, fearing that he will answer. Yuji, he has to return to the sanctuary to save him and prevent him from dying. Accelerators, worried and scared. The accelerators at the sanctuary and the person responsible for AFO's death. Previously in the Golden Knights of Hope, Haru fought against his opponent Dark Rider, who was Red Rider but is a Spectre of Hades, where he gave an even battle. Unfortunately, Haru was injured by a powerful attack from Dark Rider, and his friends could not stand to see him like that until Kuroyukim, or known now Sally, name I invented, wanted to sacrifice herself and forgive Haru. But Haru showed a new ability like the other knights have obtained and demonstrated great handling until Haru, Dust kicks Daraer. Kicks Dark Rider. When he kicked him he finally defeated him and fulfilled the mission, but he fell to the ground and Yuji arrives saying that his mission is over, and what Yuji said. Yuji, he has to return to the sanctuary to save him and prevent him from dying. Accelerators, worried and scared. Shio, so that he doesn't die. Yujai. If you don't see, Haru is losing a lot of blood, and he lost more when that attack hit him. It could have left him dead, but it's lucky he stayed alive to defeat it. Taku, but he can't take it. Haru must stay. Nico, he belongs here. Yuji, I understand what they are saying, but he is a knight of Athena and has obligations there. Rin, please don't take Haru away, please, with teary eyes. Yuji, I'd like to do something, but he has things he does. He takes out a talisman and makes a portal. Everyone surprised. Knight exits the portal. What's up, Yuji-sama? Yuji, take yourself to the Andromeda box and tell Elizabeth-sama of Haruyuki of Ares. Knight High takes the box. Yuji takes Haru and is about to leave. Sally, wait. Yuji sees her. What's up, Sally? Please take us with you. Everyone, surprised. Yuji, what do you say but? Sally, please, shedding tears. We were looking for him for 3 years, we wanted him back, please let us go with you. The Pisces knight didn't know what to do and saw his friends, and they also wanted to go to be with Haru. Yuji, okay, you win, you'll go to the sanctuary too. Everyone was excited and happy that they could go, especially some girls. And they saw that Yuji entered the portal, and everyone saw the area of what happened in Haru's battle against Daro Rider. Currently dash. After the battle and arrival of Kazuto and Shido, everyone saw Haru in bed with wounds. Shido, by the gods Haru. Accelerators, they see it. Chiyu, you are one of Athena's knights. Shido, hi, and what happened to Haru? Fuko, a guy we know fought against Haru but had a dark power that changed shape. Shido, perhaps he faced a Hades scepter, surprised. Akira, hi, but sees Haru. This is how I look after an attack. Sally, takes Haru's hand. Haru, don't worry, he's not dead. They heard that to see Elizabeth, and were surprised to see her. Shido, Elizabeth-sama, surprised. Elizabeth, sees Haru's state. So what Yuji said was true, Haru fought against the specter of Hades and was strong, worried. Mihaya, excuse me, but you know Erita. Elizabeth, hi is one of my precious knights. Latai, wait for one of your knights but. Elizabeth, true, I didn't introduce myself, my name is Elizabeth, and also I am the current reincarnation of Athena, smiles. Accelerators, surprised. Shido, this will be long. While Shido's girls heard everything. Shido's harem, not even we got like that when we met Athena, in the house of Gemini. Tatsuya, watching the news on a computer, let's see what we have here. Watching the news but sees a news that left him shocked. It can't be AFO this. He sees that there was a video that would surely impact the Knights of Athena. Name, Yuji Kazami. Knight, Pisces. Series, Grisea. Back in the Ares house. Nico, you are the goddess Athena, surprise. Metatone, it can't be, you're a goddess of the real world. Elizabeth, hey, it's a pleasure to meet Haru's friends. Taku, Haru almost talked about us. Elizabeth, hey, he told me about his adventures, but looks at Haru, he probably didn't give up and didn't want them to be hurt. Chiyu, hi, sees Haru, but seeing Haru really hurt, tears come out. I really didn't like it, wipes away tears. Sally, hi, remembers when Haru left when she heard them. I really was an idiot. Seeing Haru breathing with the device. Sorry Haru, crying while squeezing her hand. Sorry Haru. Calm down senpai. They heard that and saw Haru, who opened his eyes and smiling. Haru, the past stays in the past, but tightening Sally's grip on her hand. But we have to continue on the path of the future, so we have to continue. Sally smiles. When she heard that, she was surprised, but without further ado, she hugged him while crying in front of everyone, who also joined in the hug while crying in front of everyone. I see Haru wake up. They heard that to see Kazuto with bandages while holding Yui's hand, and Asuna had Hina in her arms. Shido, I see you also had a battle. Kazuto. Kazuto, hi, and you also faced someone. Shido. Shido, hi, sees Asuna and Yui, so they are your ex-partner and your daughter. Asuna, well, showing the ring. Shido, wow, you're not wasting your time, smiles flirtatiously. Kazuto, and what about you and them, pointing to Shido's harem. Shido, you're right, but the one who went all wrong was Haru, sees Haru who was barely getting up. Kazuto, hi, but what if the same thing happened to Asta and Naofumi? I mean that there are specters of Hades. After Haru healed a little, everyone introduced themselves and the other knights, but they were surprised to see Izuku Midoriya, the Leo Knight, who hit Endeavor for saying things to Elizabeth, although some girls said something that made Izuku and Elizabeth blush because they said it looked romantic, although Elizabeth inside screamed excitedly to hear that until they calmed down. But, Elizabeth-sama, Izuku, both see Tatsuya. Elizabeth, what's up Tatsuya? Tatsuya, I saw the news, but this news is related to you. Izuku. Izuku, because, Tatsuya, a dangerous villain died in the Targaryen. But this villain is AFO. Izuku, hey, stunned, don't tell me that. Tatsuya, hi, All for One was killed. Izuku in shock. Izuku, it's like All for One was killed. Tatsuya, it was reported that he was killed in Tartarus. Elizabeth, and how is that possible? Tatsuya, well, look, the moss drop photos of AFO's cell dead on the floor and what it said on the blood wall. Elizabeth, by the gods. Izuku, but how did that happen, since I don't think anyone is capable of killing him? Tatsuya, I actually hacked into the AFO cell cameras and got this. He showed the AFO recording that they later see that a dark portal opened. Elizabeth, that is a portal to hell, surprised. Izuku, but why? But they see that a black-haired man came out wearing a tunic, but Elizabeth was astonished because she recognized his face since he had black hair and blue eyes and a serious and cold look. Elizabeth, it can't be, terrified. Izuku, sees the person's face, wait, I recognize it. Tatsuya, You know it, Izuku. Izuku, I saw them in the battle books of the previous knights of times past, and he is a god but not just any god. Tatsuya, and who is it? Izuku, he is the god of the underworld and our enemy. Tatsuya clicks. Hey, don't tell me he's. Izuku is Hades. Tatsuya stunned. Elizabeth, but why did he kill AFO? Tatsuya, I actually discovered this. He turned on the audio where you could hear how AFO was scared and when he killed him and writing on the wall. Elizabeth, so AFO made a deal with Hades, but what would it be? Curious. Shaka, arriving, maybe something that AFO wanted to have forever. Izuku, let's see, thinking and trying to find the answer. I think and remember, wait, he surely has something that he was surely going to use against Hades. Everyone, they see it. Elizabeth, and what is Izuku? Izuku, well, if he made a deal with Hades, it would be almost like making a deal with the devil, so what would he offer? Tatsuya, so I know those who do that ask for money, fame, women, and power. Shaka, you're saying that he asked for power, but what power, since he stole many powers? Izuku, not just powers, maybe a power, and I think we'll know what that power would be. Tatsuya, understanding that, wait, you're saying that the power that AFO asked for is? Izuku, hi, that power is his original quirk, all for one. All, surprised and astonished. League base. Shigaraki, well, it won't be long before we release Sensei. Kurojairi, hi. Dabi, I don't think that can be done. Shigaraki, because Dabi AFO is dead. Both astonished. Compress, it's no joke, look. He turned on a television where the news of AFO's death is shown, and when Hades killed him and writing on the wall and leaving both villains stunned as well as most of everyone. Magnet, now what do we do? Shigaraki, this is not over serious. Let's find that bastard. But he didn't know that a shadow was watching them. That idiot thinks he'll defeat the great Hades-sama. Disappears. Name, Izuku Midoriya. Night, Leo. Series, My Hero Academia. Back to the sanctuary. Shaka, you say that he bought his soul for all for one. Izuku, yes, that would make more sense since I don't know how he got his quirk and named it all for one. Tatsuya, and if that's the case, why did Hades kill him? Izuku, well, let's imagine that Hades is the devil, or in some Mexican being called the Black Charo, and how they asked him for something and what to do. Elizabeth, pay, but from what I heard, when it comes to the devil you pay with your soul, but some walk away to avoid paying it and save their lives. Izuku, exactly, and as you know, he spent 100 years doing evil and no one has defeated him until his last battle, 3 years ago. Hades surely took advantage of it to collect from him. Shaka, and he probably knows about One for All since the first one was a Quirkless, and thanks to his sister I think One for All. Izuku, hi, but what will we do now? Elizabeth, I don't know, but I'm sure we'll figure it out when Naofumi and asked to get back with the armor. Tatsuya, I will continue investigating and Izuku receives a call. Okay. Inko, son, this is serious, it's about. Izuku, I already know, I found out AFO is dead and Inko, I didn't know you knew that. But some cities near Mafatsu were attacked by a guy in black armor. Izuku astonished. How? Inko, yes, but I already know where he's going and it's in Kamino since there they found a strange silver harp and he had some boots. Izuku, I don't know. Elizabeth, an armor. Inko, oh, Elizabeth-san is there, how nice. I just wanted to let you know about that, and I'm sure that guy is heading there. Elizabeth, fine, thank you. I'll send 2 gentlemen. Inko, thanks, asshole. Shaka, could that armor be? Elizabeth, Lyra's armor, a silver armor. Tatsuya, but who will go? Izuku, I'll go for that armor. Elizabeth, sure. Izuku, worried. Izuku, hi Elizabeth-sama, since I know Kamino, so let me go there, and also it is to prevent a stupid hero from thinking of using the armor, or the stupid league since they do not know what armor is. Shaka, you're right, but you'll need someone to accompany you. Haruya, don't worry. Izuku, she seriously. They saw a red-haired girl with pigtails land, but she was wearing a silver-colored armor. Tatsuya, an Amazon. Jum, I'm not an Amazon, I'm a Santia. Shaka, so you are the current Santia of Equilius. Equilius, hi, Valletta, Akane Sakurada, Santia of Equilius at your service. Izuku, hello. Akane, shaking. Akane, hello. Izuku, smiles. Tatsuya, you know her. Izuku, I met her during my training to become the Golden Saint. Akane, hi, smiles but sees Elizabeth and sticks her tongue out at her. Elizabeth, another that wants to take from me, annoyed and jealous. So you offer yourself for this mission. Akane, hi, can I help Izuku on this mission since a gold knight and a Santia could complete the mission? Izuku, Well, you're right. I know I just came back when I picked up Kazuto for his mission, but I accept her for the mission to go get Lyra's armor. Shaka, okay, get ready to leave because you're leaving now. Izuku, okay, goes to Tatsuya. Friend, you can call your sister if she can take care of Eri and Latina while I'm on the mission. Tatsuya, hi Izuku. Izuku, okay, let's go Akane. Akane, hey, let's go. Both of them headed towards the airport in Greece under the gaze of everyone. Elizabeth, this bothers me that Hades decided to kill AFO now instead of their last battle 3 years ago. Shaka, I'm the same, but we have to think about how Naofumi and Asta will hurt them on their mission, and also Izuku and Akane Aya. Elizabeth, hey, well, let's go back to the camera. Both return to the chamber where, without knowing that in Izuku and Akane's mission they will meet a friend and a memory battle. The arrival, the reunion with a friend, and the attack. Mufatsa hospital location. In a hospital you can see a doctor on the floor, but he seemed to be suffering. Doctor, please don't hurt me, I just want to. You tried to be a god but you're not up to it. Doctor, but I would be the one to change the world, and it didn't end because that doctor was decapitated by a red sword. Pathetic, turns to see a specter. Makes sure he's in Kamino and brings Lyra's armor. Spectre, but what if there is a knight of Athena? Do what you can to intervene or kill him if Spectre, as Hades-sama commands, leaves for a shadow. Hey, jump, this society and its servants will not be able against me, but those who will not allow you, knights of Athena, to prevent me from ruling the world. On Kamino. On the streets of Kamino, Izuku can be seen along with his search partner Santia Akane, who are on their mission to search for Lyra's armor. Akane, well, Izuku, and where do you think Lyra's armor is? Izuku, from what I investigated a little, it is in the city's history museum, although now thanks for the search guys and seeing my armor, it surely won't take long for it to be a knight's and more if Endeavor decides to go for it. Akane, the matchstick you hit for saying mean things to Athena-sama. Izuku, hi, and as they told me, he made classes A and B go for them at his request. Sighs, he's playing with things they can't win. Akane, don't you understand that this is serious and not hero stuff? Izuku, yes, since being a knight is not a game, since this is the destiny of the earth, but they do not accept it. Akane, let's not talk about it and go for Lyra's armor and soon. Izuku, hi, let's go. And so they both left, but in the city a sound of waves is heard to see that in the sky was Nijire. Nijire, touches a communicator. There is no trace of the hooded man. Mirio, not in my position either. Tamaki, either is my Mimi. Nijire, but maybe I can look for that armor. I say because we listen to Endeavor, since it is obvious that he does it for himself. Mirio, hi, but it is also to help a little the Knights of Athena, as we saw in the news. Those 3 Knights of Aries, Capricorn and Scorpio are very strong. They defeated those Knights of Dark Armor. Nijire, hi, I hope I find him, or one of those knights to search for. Mirio, hi, we're still looking for the guy. Nijire, well, let's find that guy. She saw a hooded but somewhat suspicious man and follows him. Nijire, very suspicious. In the sanctuary, in Athena's room, you can see Elizabeth, and in front of her a blonde with glasses. Elizabeth, so Melissa Shield, no, what brings you here to the sanctuary? Melissa, well, on behalf of my father, I propose an idea that could help this sanctuary. Elizabeth, and what would it be? Melissa, well, I have this, giving her a folder. Elizabeth, sees it and looks at the pages. How interesting. Melissa, well, Athena-sama, what do you think? Do you like your idea? Elizabeth, maybe you can call your father so we can talk together with all my knights, although some of them went on missions. Melissa, I understand, and what can I do? Elizabeth, in the meantime, you can stay here and explore the beautiful sanctuary and its people. Melissa, hi, thanks for everything Athena-sama. By the way, I have one more question. Elizabeth, and what is it? Melissa, it's true that here is Izuku Midoriya. Elizabeth, I'll just say he's on a mission, and will be back soon if you ask. Melissa, I understand. With your permission, I'm going to walk around the place. She leaves. Shaka arrives. Apparently it's another Izuku. I think that Izuku in his life was sees Elizabeth, but she gave off a dark aura. Something's wrong. Elizabeth, what do you think, Shaka? Shaka, I'd better go meet up with my old comrades on leave. He walks away a little scared. Elizabeth, if that blonde, dyed-haired beggar goes after Izuku, you'll see why the goddess of war spied while emanating her Cosmo. While with Melissa I arrive at the town alone to think. Melissa, okay, first I succeeded in getting Athena's attention from my father's idea, but now to find Izuku Midoriya to do what I should have done a long time ago. I'll wait for you, Izuku. Seriously, and adjusting her glasses that shone. With Izuku, he and Akane were walking, but they had a Pandora box with the symbol of Lyra. Akane, you know, I must say that was easy to get the armor. Izuku, Okay, I admitted I didn't expect the museum owner to give us away so quickly. Akane, don't blame him. He saw the news of what happened when one of the cities had one of the bronze armors, which had 3 specters appear for them. I imagine he was afraid that a specter would appear. Izuku, now that many know about the specters, I imagine that they are scared of their power, although many heroes are looking for excuses to arrest us and for them to fight against the specters. Akane, I would say they are some idiots who don't give a damn about them, nor does this government. Izuku, hey cousin, can you calm that mouth for me? Akane, I'm sorry. Izuku, and secondly, you're right about that, since knowing the Japanese government, they'll do stupid things that some gentlemen won't compromise with people with quirks to have our powers. Although of course, poor idiots. Akane, hi, but don't you find it strange that at this moment he feels calm? I mean, he's supposed to be a ghost. Izuku, better be aware of the movements, maybe the specter is hidden like the specters of the others. Now that they know that AFO died, surely many would not know who is who. Akane_hi Izuku-kun, you have to be focused. Wow Izuku-kun. Izuku, he sees that there was a woman of his age, with brown hair and a very beautiful face in addition to her body that would make many men fall for her. Izuku, hey Nanako-san. Nanako_hi Izuku-kun, has been a while, smiles. Akane. Izuku-kun, you know her, a little jealous. Izuku. Yes Akane, I know her since she is a friend I had when I was 10 one summer. Nanako, wow, I didn't know you were accompanied. Perhaps he is a gentleman. Izuku, I see you know I'm a gentleman. Nanako, I saw your confrontation and you surprised me and Mayumi. Izuku, yes, well Nanko, she is my partner but she is also a gentleman, although he is not called that, but she comes with me. Akane, a pleasure. I am Akane Sakurada, a saint of the Aquilius constellation. Nanako_nice to meet you, and I'm Nanako Miyamoto. It's a pleasure to meet you Akane-san. Notices the box. Hey, is there an armor in that box? Izuku, well yes. Nanaki, how about we go for a coffee and talk about that? Izuku, the truth is Akane. We better go get something to eat. You don't want to finish this on an empty stomach, or else Izuku-kun. Izuku, good, I hope the specter doesn't appear at this moment. With Nijire, she followed the hooded man until he took him to an empty warehouse. Nijire, it was supposed to be here, but where is it? Sly-in. Nijire, who's there? She looked around but heard creaking sounds. So a disciple of Tatsuma. Nijire, you know about my teacher. I know a lot when she was a student. Nijire, and how much? I would say that a lot. In one of the shadows was revealed a metal feather. With Asta, in the kingdom of Clover you can see many people passing by, but now we can see a somewhat built pale-haired boy walking the streets of the kingdom. Asta, looking at the kingdom, it's been 3 years since I last saw this place, Vinod the place. It seems that almost nothing has changed. He saw that some nobles passed by and made fun of the commoners. Even the noble children made fun of the commoners. But he noticed that a girl who hurt her knee was crying and being mocked by the nobles. Asta approaches the girl, crouches down. Many believed she was going to fall, especially the nobles, but they were surprised to see that a golden aura emanated from her hand as she placed her hand on the injured knee. Within a few seconds, the girl's knee was healed. Girl, hey, sees Asta. Asta, it doesn't hurt anymore. Girl, no sir. Asta, I'm glad about that. Takes out a handkerchief and wipes the girl's tears. A young lady shouldn't cry in front of horrible beings like them. Noble. Hey, who dares pug? It didn't end when with a quick movement Asta hit him in the face, sending him flying and crashing into a wall. Everyone surprised. Asta, cracking his knuckles, weakling. Sanctuary, Tatsumi. Starting to drink some liquor, and nothing better than a good liquor at this time. You know the patriarch would scold you if he saw you drinking at this hour. Tatsumi. Yes, says the girl who doesn't stop harassing me and taking advantage of your title of Cobra Amazon even though it leaves your face a little visible. Yes, I understand Tatsumi, but this is why I am what I am, and it is. Tatsumi. I know Rin Onikawa, the Amazon of Cobra, although having a half-mast you don't have to repeat that to me, Rin. Rin, better try to listen to everything, Tatsumi. Tatsumi. Anyway, stands up and cracks his bones. You came for something, Rin. Rin. I was thinking of practicing some new moves with my new katana, showing a bit of a katana with a snake-shaped handle. Tatsumi. Honestly, it wouldn't be bad to practice a little before the others return or recover after their mission. Rin, yes. And it's also annoying to put up with that bossy eagle. Tatsumi. I know, I understand, and that's why she is for Tatsuya while her sister is for Izuku without. Rin. Yes, because of how serious she is. They undoubtedly attract each other, almost similar to Yuji-sama. Tatsumi. Come on. You know he's the most serious and a little weird, the one who barely even comes close to Tatsuya. Rin, if you're right, well let's train. Tatsumi hi. They both left, but Tatsumi sees that in Rin there is a black-haired girl wearing black and red clothes and carrying a katana. Tatsumi, I know that you see me as a crazy lunatic and sometimes a drinker, but deep down I feel affection, especially when I see Rin. It reminds me of her. Looks at the sky. I hope they won, especially you are still alive and living happily. In his mind came the image of a group of people, but more a pink ponytailed girl and a black-haired girl smiling at him. Tatsumi, goodbye comrades. He left with Rin while being watched by a blue-haired man with a little beard. I know what you're going through, Tatsumi, but it's possible that you'll see them again, but you fight for them just as they do for you, so fight in their name, my good student. Smiles and goes to a bar. Yue. Nizu, what did Endeavor do? Seeing the students who were sent by Endeavor. Momo, director, there is a good explanation for this. Aizawa, and tell us what it is. Serious. Ida, we cooperated so that if we found the armor, Midoriya would return to Yue. Kendo, what idiots you are, we did something different. Vlad, and what would it be for you? Kendo, no way, astonished. Katsuki, I don't care, I'm always worth finishing Deku, but first with his foolish knights. Shinso, you better shut up since we are at the same level because of Izuku's fight and how that carrot Kazuto of ours gave the armor to Izuku, since this is something of knights. Class B high. Nimuri, but why would Endeavor do this? Aizawa, knowing him for his benefit. Toes, astonished except Katsuki and Shoto who knew. Nizu, but tell me you didn't meet any of Athena's knights. All. Aizawa, 8 sighs. Now we are in big trouble now that Athena knows for sure she will run the alliance we have now. Vlad, hi, thanks to Endeavor we will no longer be safe from those knights who call themselves specters. Katsuki, I don't care, I'm only interested in proving that. He is silenced by Momo with a mallet. Momo, well, shut up for once if this is serious. Ochako, but the big three aren't coming back yet. Aizawa, maybe they too. Mina, they went to Kamino for a suit of armor from a museum. Vlad, something tells me it won't be anything good. Nizu hi, and with AFO's death things won't be good from now on. Shoto, it's true, when we were going to return we found out that AFO died, but whoever did it must have been very powerful to be able to kill him, although he must be related to Don Izuku. Thoughtful. With Izuku, he along with Aiken and Nanko were sitting in a cafe. Izuku, so you're a preschool teacher. Nanako, hi, and it's fun and entertaining. Akane, although I must admit that this preschool is not like the others since I heard that they educate children well there so that they are not arrogant. Nako, hi, but the one who does it well is Tsuchida-sensei. Izuku, the teacher who was confessed by a girl student there. Nanako, hi, but it seems that she loves him like everyone else, and she is very kind, but above all with me I'm sure she is very happy. Smiles angelically. Izuku, a drop comes out. Akane, apparently this girl doesn't know the concept of death, and she likes someone more. Izuku, she didn't change anything, he. Nanako, but once he confessed something to me and I told him the same thing. Both. Surprised. Nanako, and the truth is I asked him to teach me how to do what he does to be like him. Both. Comically banged their heads against the table. He certainly doesn't know the concept of love. Nanako, something's wrong. Izuku, and oh nothing. Nanako, by the way, you've already made a family. Izuku, no, but I have 2 daughters. Nanako, you have daughters. Akane, wait, Izuku, and at the second one I say I only know Latina, but the second one who is? Izuku, do you remember the girl I saved when I was a UA student? Akane, hi, wait, don't tell me that. Izuku, well yes, I took her and now she's Latina's older sister. Akane, wow, I had no idea. Nanako, and you don't have a wife, no? Izuku, no I don't have. Akane, until today. Smiles. Nanako, I see. Smiles. Izuku, I'm always asking about things he wants to know in an innocent way, he. Boom. They heard that, and saw that part of the city was smoking, and some people started running. Nanako, what's going on? Akin, that Kamso. Izuku, a specter arrived, let's go. Akane. Akane, ha, leaves with Izuku. Nanako, wait, Izuku-kun, follows them, with Naofumi. Narrated by, this one was walking in a field while seeing the nature of the forest. Naofumi, it's been a while since I saw this forest when that blamed me and when I was training Rapthalia. I hope she's okay. He kept walking until he saw in the distance a kingdom that he knew. Naofumi, hey, you're home, Melromark, looking at the kingdom. But what he didn't know was that Naofumi was being watched by someone. Era, the shield hero is back, but he looks weak. It will be good to finish him. Ori, someone sees her without her realizing it. You will not finish off that Knight of Athena because the one who will do it will be me as well as this damned kingdom. The mysterious figure was staring fixedly, but the camera focuses on something on the arm, and it was a shield with a green gem. On Kamino, Izuku and the girls arrived where the explosion was only to see that some parts of the city are a mess. Nanako, what happened here? Akane, looks like there was a battle here. Izuku, but whose? But Mirio and Tamaki came out of one of the buildings, injured. Nanko, Lemillion and Sun Eater. Izuku, Mirio, Tamaki. Tamaki, Khi Midoriya. Mirio, Deku. Izuku, what happened to them? Look at two knights. They heard that to see knights in black armor. Akane, they are specters. Izuku, low-class specters. It seems you two faced each other. Mirio, hey, not even with our quirks can they beat them, and more so with the OFA. Akane, now it's my turn. Tamaki, hey Chia Hadits. Akane, here Equilius. She is blinded by a glow so that everyone can see that she is wearing the armor of Equilius. Everyone surprised. Nanako _ incredible. Izuku, although as they told me it looks like the Pegasus armor. Mirio, a knight, surprised. Akane, sorry, I prefer the term Santion, so excuse me. She began to float. Yespectitro, finish off that Santia. Akane, better take it from me. Equilius meteor strike. She threw a punch that unleashed energy attacks that were so fast that they hit the specters while Izuku charged an attack. Izuku, voltage lightning. Launching the attack. When he launched his attack, he finished off most of the specters with Akane's. All surprised, some heroes annoyed by stealing your credit. Akane, simple no. Izuku, if they are lower classes, Acne, catch her. She heard that to see that something was falling and decides to catch it, and revealing that it was Nijire, but with the suit torn but with cut wounds. Izuku, Nijire, going towards her. Nanako, Niji-chan. Mirio, what happened to him? Tamaki, as something's coming. Everyone saw that something fell to the ground, generating a current of earth and revealing a hooded man, but he had silver wings. Izuku, this cosmos is ugly but big. Akane, is it? Nijire, it's a specter, it's the one that attacked the cities. Specter, the Ryuka student is right, I am a specter looking for what they asked me for. Akane, you came for Lyra's armor. Specter, that's right, Santia of Equilius. I'm coming for the armor in the name of Hades-sama, but not before depriving the one who should be a hero. Pointing at Izuku equals. Izuku, serious. Who are you, serious? Specter, well, if that's the case. He began to remove his hood, but when he did, everyone, especially some heroes, were shocked because the specter was a man with blue skin, but his suit was purple or black with red. But what was detailed was that he had angel wings, but made of steel. I am or was the hero angel, or better known as Archangel, and now I am the angel of hell. Seriously. Leo versus Angel. U.A. Nizu, very well. As we know, the big three are in Kamino for Athena's armor. Aizawa, we have to tell them to leave and tell them what's happening. Namiri, I just hope nothing worse comes out. Present Mike, sorry but look at this. Turn on the TV to broadcast what is happening on Kamino to see the big three injured. Namiri, what's going on? Worried. Present Mike, look carefully, who is there? They see that Izuku was with his companion, but they see that the specter called Archangel appeared, which surprised everyone. Immortals, the angel hero. Aizawa, now he is one of the knights of Hades. Nizu, Sir Midoriya, good luck. In the fireplace, they saw the specter of Hades, and it must be said that they were surprised that he was one of the most beloved heroes in the past, and now he is a knight of the king of the underworld. Nanako, that is a villain, scared. Izuku, no, it's a specter of Hades, seriously. Akane, but more than this, he was the hero angel from years ago, seriously. Archangel, now, moves his wings, I'm going to fight you, Saint of Leo. Izuku sees Akane, keep them safe and help evacuate those present. Akane high nods in affirmation. Tamaki, what harassed Midoriya? Izuku walks forward. Nanako, Izuku tries to stop him but is stopped by the Santia. Akane, let him fight since a specter isn't like a villain, seriously. Nijire, Pero Aizachan. Akane, it will be okay, I hope. Izuku, staring at the specter. Archangel, you have something to say, sir. Izuku, yes, to my Leo. His Leo armor appears. Nanako, incredible, surprised to see Izuku's armor. Izuku, I'm ready, Archangel. Archangel, well, let's go, starts to take flight. Everyone saw that he was flying a little fast, and Izuku dodged them in time. Mirio, wow, he can dodge that specter's attacks, impressed. Everyone was surprised at how Izuku dodged the angel's attacks until he ducked, and then, Izuku, Leo punch. He gave him a blow charged with golden cosmo that sent him against the wall. You'll also like. Archangel, KGF, spits out some blood. The big three hits something we couldn't. Izuku sees the specter. Archangel, that hit wasn't bad at all, but it won't be enough. Seriously, 9. Izuku, Well, if you say so, in combat pose 9, then let's start fighting seriously, Archangel. Seriously. In the sanctuary, Shaka can be seen walking to see a huge figure. Shaka, you called me Aldebaran. Aldebaran. Well, Shaka, I want you to tell that to the goddess Athena. Shaka, what's going on? Aldebaran. Cosmos energies were recorded, but they are from the bronze armor the boys brought. Shaka, you're saying that. Aldebaran. Apparently we already have the new 5 bronze knights who kill gods, he said amusedly. Shaka, and who are they? Aldebaran. Well, thanks to the technology we advance here and with the help of the cosmos, we've found these candidates. He showed the search results on a page and each one showed a red-haired man with brown eyes, a blonde man with short hair, a blue-haired man with blue eyes, a blonde-haired man with blue eyes, and a brown-haired man with orange or hazel eyes. Shaka. These look good. Okay, I'll tell Goddess Athena about these candidates, but there's no one left to send. I offer myself, Great Patriarch. They see a girl with long hair and 2 pigtails arrive, wearing Greek clothes, but they recognize parts of armor that were of a silver eagle. Aldebaran. So you're the new eagle. Hi Aldebaran Dano. I introduce myself as Rin Tosaka, the current Eagle Amazon firm. Shaka. So you offered to go for them. Rin. Yes, Patriarch, but also other Silver Saints and Cobra will go for them. Aldebaran. Well, my work is over. I'm going to the Bar de los Santos to see what Mrs. Midoriya has. Leaves. Shaka. Jum sees Rin. Well, if you say so, you better go look for them because they will be the new Bronze Saints. Rin. As ordered by the Grand Patriarch. Leaves. Shaka. I understand why Tatsuya talks about her. I think she's the one. Smiles. In the Saints. Miyuki looks out the window. Maid, what's up, Miyuki-sana? Miyuki. I feel like I might have a sister-in-law and I think I know who she is. Maid, good luck. Go deliver an order for a table. Miyaki. I have a feeling that Rin will be my sister-in-law. Smiles. Rin. Food. Rin wipes his nose. For some reason I feel like someone is congratulating me on something. With Izuku. The battle between the two continued, but this time the specter threw steel feathers that Izuku blocked with some difficulty while throwing punches that affected the specter a little, and everyone watched the fight. Mirio, wow, what Deku can do. Taumaki, he is at his level. Nervous. Nijire. How does Izuku do that, and you throwing those attacks? Asking Akane many questions that ended with a hand on her neck. Akane, if you weren't that kind of mouth, I'd forcefully shut it on you. Annoyed and squeezing a little. Nijire. Okay. Speaking a little high-pitched due to the pressure. Nanako. Izuku worried. Heroes, that nuisance better die so we can give him the final blow. Waiting. Archangel. Take this, sir, throwing his steel feathers again. Izuku, it's time to try it. He extends his arm but only bends a finger which was emanating Cosmo and lightning, but Mirio recognizes him. Mirio, that's the one. Izuku, Leon's roar. When he released his finger he released a current of air, and at the same time a lion's roar that returned the feathers that made the specter. Mirio. He used one of his moves again. At the UA, everyone was watching the Izuku vs Archangel fight on the news and was surprised by that move. But Izuku's former class recognized that technique, but especially a blonde one. Almight. That's one of his moves. How could he do it if he doesn't have the OFA? At Leo's house, Izuku's daughters are seen watching the fight and they looked excited. Eri, wow, that attack, I know it. Latina. Dad trained to perfect his old moves. Just like the other gentlemen. Smiles. Eri, Oto-san, you really are stronger. Smiles proudly at her father. In the battle, Arcanagel_KG. Okay, that was surprising, I admit it. Izuku Day. Arcanagel. But you shouldn't have let your guard down. Izuku, what the? All astonished. Akane, Atonida, no. All the spectators, whether present or watching on TV, saw how Leo's knight was pierced by one of the specter's feathers. Izuku ga spits blood. Neko Izuku. In Santos. Crash. That was the sound of dishes breaking and more from a green-haired girl who was watching everything. Inko Izuku. Miyuki. Izuku-san. Tapandos la boca. Everyone in the sanctuary was the same when they saw the Saint of Leo, and especially a blonde who was there. Melissa. Izuku no. Covering her mouth. League of Villains base. Oh my god. Shigaraki. Ahihi, that's perfect. Smiles. Spinel. That knight took damage from that ghost. Compress. But I'm surprised that was the hero angel from years ago. Impressed. Dabi. The one who is that enemy of those knights brought him back. I think he is more perverse and brilliant than. Dodges a glass. Shigaraki. No one is more perverse than the sensei. Dabi. If he was evil, then why did they kill him? He said it as a joke. While they were arguing, Toga saw where Izuku's wound was. Toga. That feathered robot heard Deku baby his blood, squeezing the hilt of his knife. If I don't see his blood he'll die, smiles evilly. But a shadow saw that. And I thought Eris was the crazy one. With Izuku. Izuku Kagich, he grabs where the specter's feathers were stuck in him. Damn, I got too confident, he thought, still in pain. Archangel, you didn't expect that from me. Yeah. With his wing he blocked some meteors and then hit Akane, sending her to the ground. Nanako, Akane-san worried. Archangel, I don't want any obstacles like you, throwing feathers. The feathers hit corrupt heroes, wounding them and killing others. Mirio, astonished by what he saw. Tamaki, very scared. Archangel, sees Izuku. If you want me to let you live like these people, give me the Lyra armor, pointing at the Pandora box. Everyone wanted to wait for Izuku's answer, but the corrupt ones wanted him to hand it over, but in response he plucked his feathers. Izuku, do you think I'll let you have the armor? Well, I won't allow it. Serious and firm. The idiots and corrupt _ is he crazy? Archangel, well go ahead. Izuku, okay. Izuku, time to use it. Nobody knew what Izuku had to do, but he saw that he began to emanate his Cosmo, but red lines appeared on his body, and then he released golden rays that the big three had no words, nor did the UA since they recognized that. Archangel, what is that? Surprised to see it and feel the power. Izuku, this is what I call full cowl, and now let's go. He began to move so fast that golden rays could be seen. Archangel, where? But he used his wing to block a blow, but upon impact it broke, hitting him, but he received the blow and rather began to receive many blows. Nijire, wow, how is she doing that? She remained silent at Akane's serious look, who fell down scared. Tamaki, wow. Mirio, he's faster than when he had the OFA, impressed. Nanako, Susuga Serendi. Akane, he gets up a bit sore, so you managed to control it, huh? At the UA, present Mike. Wow, look how that boy moves. Namuri, era how fast, but she'll also be fast at that, flirtatious. Nizu, impressive. Aizawa, that's my offspring. In the fight, after receiving many blows, the last one sent him up, but he held him back with what he could with his wings. Archangel, ma damn it, I have to. It didn't end as Izuku was now on top of him, and preparing a blow that emanated lightning. Izuku, it's now or never. Archangel, this boy. Izuku, proof of my Leo Volts Mayawash. He struck the blow that released strong rays and that shot downwards and generated a large smoke screen. Everyone, they covered themselves. Akane, not covering herself but smiling. The smoke slowly cleared to reveal the specter embedded in the ground. Then Izuku, who had landed. Izuku, he deactivates full cowl. Well, you've already felt the jaws of a lion, smiles. While in the sanctuary they shouted with excitement and joy that Izuku and more their daughters won. But in the case of the mother she sighed with relief. Inko, one of these days you'll kill me, son, narrated by. But a guy watching the news was smiling. Ioria, you did well Izuku, you did well, smiles with pride at his student. Let's see if Inko accepts this, taking out a bouquet of flowers and walking away. With Izuku. Everyone was surprised that Izuku defeated the specter, but without expecting it the civilians shouted with excitement and happiness at that. The big three shocked. Akane, Nanako, surprised. Izuku looks at the specter to get closer and sees that it was releasing particles. I see that you end up here. Archangel, yes, KGH, damn, now I see why the knights of this generation are dangerous. You are stronger than we thought, I admit it. Izuku, well, I'm flattered that a specter recognizes him, smiles. Archangel, before I go I want to ask you something, Knight of Leo. Izuku laughs. Archangel _ maybe you are not a hero, but you are the true heroes of the world, so save the planet and defeat Hades so that the world is filled with peace. Everyone was surprised that the specter asked Izuku that. The corrupted heroes don't believe what he says, but, Izuku, we will fulfill that so that the world is safe from the evil of Hades. Archangel smiles. Thank you Izuku de Leo, closing his eyes. Now his body shines to be particles of light so that they rise through the skies and are completely lost. Izuku looks at the sky. May you rest in peace forever. Nanako, that step. Akane. What happens when a knight or a specter dies, turns and goes to the stars? Nanako, by the way. Nijire, about to bombard questions. Izuku _ takes the box. Well, it's time to go, but Nanako, it was a pleasure to see you again. Nanako, hi Izuku Sorny. Izuku opened the portal to leave with Akane, and in less than a second the heroes wanted to catch them or enter the portal, but it closed completely, making the heroes frustrated, and some kicked and screamed in front of everyone. Nijire, I wanted to ask you questions, in a pout. Tamaki, the good things come to an end. Mirio, now what can we say? It seems that Izuku took the armor in a jiffy. Nijire, calm down, we'll tell everyone what happened. Tamaki, although I have a feeling that we will receive punishments even though we are no longer students. Nervous. Mirio, Calm down, I don't think that's going to happen, or so I think. At the UA, everyone was surprised at how Izuku defeated the Spectre, and even more so when he turned into particles and went to the sky. Nemuri, wow, do they think that? Aizawa, well, I think it's a tradition of gentlemen when you die. Present Mike, hi, but you know every time a gentleman surprises us with his skills, smiling. Nizu, now I see why young Izuku wants to continue his work as a knight, he really made him stronger being there, smiles. Present Mike, although many heroes are against the knights, especially killing them. Nemuri, what idiots. Aizawa, but we are in serious trouble thanks to Endeavor's foolishness of going for those armors. Tired and serious 9. Nizu, you're right, when the big 3 arrive we have to plan a way of apology to the goddess Athena. Present Mike, you're right, and he'll surely split us in his fury, nervous and scared. Everyone agreed with Present Mike about that, but at the same time without knowing that it is possible that they do something unexpected, but so that they have something common in some of the UAs save the world full of evil, and that evil is Hades.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.